Did I spell it right? The Somnium files? Yes, it is the Somnium files. Hello and welcome to AI, the Somnium files. This is a VN by the creator of the Zero Escape series, so let me just make sure it's not too loud here. That's fine. You should probably be able to hear the voices over mine. English. Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, this is from the maker of the Zero Escape series, and having completed the trilogy early last year, I figure I should pick up their next game. Support a pretty good VN creator. Language, English, please. Look at language. Language cannot be switched. Proceed. Yes. Well, nice of them to have a nice selection of languages. This game supports autosave. When this icon is displayed, do not close the game. Fictitiously. Oh great, now I'm getting a flashback to the Danganronpa game where they said this story is a work of nonfiction. All similarities are completely intentional. Oh crap, it's going to be we're gonna have a monster clown on our hands, aren't we? Well, time to pull out the carnival theme. Actually never got very far in that arcade game. It just took me guess I was never good at those shoot 'em arcades. Yeah, I figured it was a corpse. Time for the body has been discovered. Tune to show up. Title screen. Day 1, Friday. Sig AI. Bloom Park. Friday, 10:54 p.m. Oh dang, that's almost when I start streaming. Alright, looks like we have the murder victim tied to a carousel. Yeah, the police are doing their investigation. Now, I don't know if this is all going to be one story revolving around a single murder, or if there's going to be a handful of murders. I've tried to avoid looking up too much about this game in order to avoid spoilers. Luckily, it's been pretty easy to do that. I mean, I've gotten an idea of the themes and stuff it's going to use, but the same was true of Zero Escape, where it's pretty easy to discuss some things that go on in there without risking spoilers. That's one thing I really did like about it. I mean, with Danganronpa, it's extremely difficult to talk about anything about it without spoiling anything, but with Zero Escape, you can talk about a lot of the core concepts and such without fear of spoiling anything major. During investigations, the main character dates, inspects scenes, and collects testimony. Progress by examining objects, talking to people. Date's position is fixed, but you can move the cursor in your view. Try looking around. Choices. When you speak to a person, you'll be presented with choices and look. Look observes the person. Hello, Inspector. What's your name?
Wow, I never thought a great detective like you would ask me my name. It's Kagami, sir.
Inspector Kagami. Alright, what's going on?
Not yet, sir.
I might as well thank him and be...
It's my duty, sir. Thank you.
Might as well be polite, no reason not to be a gentleman detective. Policeman. How's the investigation coming?
Not too good, unfortunately. We're not finding much.
There's a fence set around the merry-go-round. It's probably prevent nosy kids from getting caught in the machinery. A local cop. Boss. Alright, so alright, boss, what's going on here?
Are you serious? You're Special Agent Kaname Date. You're a member of Abyss, and that means you answer to me.
Okay, so she's Abyss.
I called you here to inspect the scene, Date.
Sure,
Date.
boss. But inspecting dead bodies isn't usually part of the job.
Usually, no. But tonight it is. Because you know this woman, don't you, Date?
Wouldn't that be, and I keep thinking it's Date, but no, it's Date.
I had to tell you. You deserve to know.
Horse. It's a horse from the merry-go-round. Column. Main column holding up the roof. It's been 8 years since Bloom Park closed. The weather's gotten to it pretty badly. Oh, I see, so it's a derelict area. The body's mounted onto one of the horses. I should get a better look. I take a step forward.
Sorry, sir. Could you please not get any closer? We haven't taken any footprints yet. I appreciate your understanding.
Alright, so I need to go through all the dialogue here first. Aiba? That's Aiba. Her official designation is AI Ball. She's an artificial intelligence built into my fake eye. An AI for an eye. Oh, I get it. AI. AI. AI Ball, indeed.
Want me to use
Eye
this
for an
already?
eye.
Correct. That will allow you to investigate without physically disturbing the scene.
Aiba's vision modes will playing. The special vision may help you obtain new information. Do you have any suspects so
Not
far,
yet.
boss?
We just found the victim. Too early to say anything for sure, but this could be a copycat killer at work.
Well, I'm more concerned that you said that I wasn't... That someone I know. That is typically a bad thing for a detective to get involved with someone they personally know. But I suppose it's the reason movies and shows like to do it a lot is because it does add to the
On
drama.
a case 6 years ago.
Case
my.
6 years ago?
Oh crap, it's the one where someone mysteriously died in an elevator. Whatever reason, she doesn't elaborate. A case 6 years ago. The one where they the one where they used a psychic to discover it. Who found the body? Who was the first
Metro
one to
got a
discover
call
it?
about 2 hours ago. Someone heard screaming coming from the park. Beat cop responded, checked out the scene.
And found the corpse.
Yeah. Thing is, the caller was anonymous. I'll give you the details later.
After finishing discussing a topic, they may have new things to talk about. When we talk to people, choose topics that interest you. Well, I'm pretty sure I should be choosing any topic possible. Selecting log will recap. I always appreciate when a VN has an easy access log like that. This rain's pretty awful too, isn't it?
It's unusual for this time of year. It'll be hard to find any usable prints.
I wonder if that's why they chose today of all days to perform this murder then. I thought that was just casual conversation, but it might be relevant. Keyword might.
Her name's Nadami Shoko. You knew her, right? What was the relationship like? I heard you two have been close for...
Oh, thanks, Copen. I should probably update that animation. Talk to the cop who was investigating the scene again. Alright.
I wouldn't say that. We were just acquaintances.
Well, we're not that close. I already asked him what his name was.
It's Kagami.
Okay, so just change a bit. I call her the boss. She runs Abyss, a special branch of the Metropolitan Police Department. I report directly to her. Move sight. Zoom. Ask him his name again. Alright, I'll do that in a moment. First of all, this face.
I am detecting signs of increased stress in your body.
That is a rather gruesome thing that they took out an eye on top of whatever they did that killed them.
Cortisol and ACTH concentration is rising.
Don't bug me with jargon right now, alright? I'm just upset.
Yeah, this is a pretty nasty way to go. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, given how much she looks like she might have had to suffer. Let's hope the eye gouging and all that was post-death, but I get the sense it probably wasn't.
Multiple puncture wounds to the front of the torso. Cause of death? Blood loss from these wounds. Body temperature and rigor mortis indicate the time of death was approximately 6 hours ago.
So it's very
That would
recent.
place the crime occurring around 5 p.m.
And since we know this is an abandoned place, several puncture wounds but no cuts or tears, that
The
means...
victim was probably stabbed with something pointed and smooth, like an ice pick.
Yeah. Alright, so whatever it was, they were stabbed with something sharp and pointy, but not a blade weapon. So it's not. We can rule out knives, swords, and other sharp objects. But
The left eye socket is vacant. Victim has had her left eyeball removed.
oh, if it wasn't gouged out, then I think it must have been an artificial eye like ours, and the person must have taken it for some reason.
Left eye.
The most likely scenario is that the killer or killers removed it.
Well, we don't know that for sure. A crow or some other animal could have pulled it off the corpse.
Impossible. The amount of blood indicates that the victim's eye was removed before her death.
Oh, dang. Yeah, that's what I was concerned, and yes, that is a horrible, horrible thing to have to do while you're still... Duty while
Carved it
still
out
alive.
while she was still alive.
Correct.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt like hell.
What was that?
Crap, the raccoons are
Analyzing
back.
The source of the sound. Sonic analysis indicates the sound originated from inside the merry-go-round's central column.
Inside the column?
Holy crap, Sonic the Hedgehog analysis. The noise came from
Dante,
inside.
use me to see through the column. Utilize the X-ray mode.
Now, this is strikes me as an extremely useful tool for a detective to have, especially since, well, I imagine not too many people would like them having it, since you could theoretically get through. Alright, move sight, investigate. Alright, you wanted me to ask him his name again? Oh.
You heard it too, sir? I wonder what it was.
Hey, it wasn't an option. Hope he finds a lead. Oh, huh. Control room. Quick look inside, if there's anything that might be a clue. Yeah, it's not giving me the option anymore. I was hoping to just do it right after, but I didn't think. You waited. Hey, I didn't know it would go away that quickly. I thought it would only go away once I left the scene of the crime. X-ray time. He was like... a 20 dialogue deep path. That seems very long for a joke path. However, we should probably be more concerned about what looks like the child who is trapped inside the machine.
Oh no.
It appears as though someone is inside.
I threw down my umbrella and ran to the pillar.
Hey, wait!
Shut up!
If someone's alive, yeah, if she's still alive in there, we need to get her out immediately. We don't know how long she's been in there.
Hey, I know you're in there. If you can hear me, say something.
No reply. I found a small handle. I grabbed Art and pulled it open.
It won't budge.
It may be locked from the inside.
Damn it. Hey, whoever's in there, stay back.
Well, glad to see sci-fi guns still get the job done.
Izuki.
Mizuki? It's possible she's the killer, or maybe she saw the ice pick on the ground and grabbed it for fear the killer might still be around and try to attack her. It seems a bit silly, but when you're in an area and you don't, with a dead body and you don't know if the killer's still there, or it does stand to reason one might try to immediately grab something to protect themselves, lest they become the next victim. Not to say it isn't a bad idea to do that, but at the same time, when you're behind a rock in a hard place...
What is this place?
Oh crap, we're in the room from Silent Hill 4 now.
This is your dream.
Yep, Silent Hill 4.
Me?
Correct. You are Date.
And you are? You're...
What is going on? Skeleton, circulatory system, and who? No. Okay, for a minute I was concerned.
Where do I even start with this?
I kind of agree with you, Date. I have no idea where even
I can
to begin
answer
here.
all of your queries.
Alright then.
Let's start with
Who
the...
are you?
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's start with the obvious question. Who the hell are you?
I'm me, of course.
I know that voice. Iba?
Indeed.
Wait, so the AI has a... also has a sexy mode? Do I have the ability to customize the sexy
Why do
mode?
you look like a fluorescent shrimp?
What are you talking about? I must look so cute that you've lost your mind. Under normal circumstances, I would lecture you about your awful taste, but...
What are you doing in my dream?
This is also a big question, yes.
You called me. My consciousness and your own are linked. This is why I appear in your dreams. Consider me an alter ego.
Okay, but I'm keeping your Saint Graph card in case I need it.
But I shouldn't waste time explaining further. You will have forgotten this by the time you wake up.
Oh damn it, I hate when that happens. I always have the most intricate dreams, but I can't remember much of anything once I wake up, which sucks, because some of them are pretty out there, but still pretty entertaining, you know? I used to write them down whenever I got a particularly good one, but I guess I haven't really had the motivation to do that, and I also haven't had too many dreams as of late. I guess with my sleep schedule's been pretty messed up for a while, so I guess I haven't been in a position to be having too many notable dreams.
I will discuss this with you soon, when you're awake.
Try to sort my situation. Okay. I need to sort out the situation. First off, I'm in the room from Silent Hill 4. I can apparently make my AI partner into a sexy mode, and together we can solve mysteries. Okay, hey, we're gonna have to start a group called Mystery Inc. All we need is an animal companion, preferably one who can talk. My brain isn't cooperating. Must be because I'm sleeping right now, so things that I should know I can't remember. My head's all fuzzy. I'm not my usual self. It's like I'm inside someone else's head. What a strange feeling.
Putting that aside, do you recognize this room?
No, not at all.
After all, I've never played Silent Hill 4.
I suppose that's fine.
I actually haven't, to be honest, but it is one I've looked at, but I don't think it's available easily right now. What?
Let us begin.
Begin what?
Somnium scan! Activate!
Ooh, a word from the title. I don't know what a Somnium is exactly, but I'll probably find out shortly.
Got it.
Got what?
I have completed a scan of your Somnium, your dream world.
Ah, so the Somnium is a dream world. So it's AI, the dream world files.
My simulations have encountered several mental locks.
Are these... Okay, so these are like the psych locks from Phoenix Wright?
Mental locks?
So we need to present evidence in order to break
Have
them.
you already forgotten? Even your critical thinking abilities have dulled.
Huh?
In short, Somnium is a world built from the deepest recesses of your consciousness. This world is divided into several layers. Each layer stands upon a foundation, a base component. Think of these foundations as mental blocks, or simply Locks, for convenience. Mental locks must be broken before we can proceed deeper into consciousness. The truth is always hidden within the deepest layers. Therefore, we must...
Remove the mental locks?
Correct.
As long as they're not black locks, we can break them.
So I just need to turn on all the lights and open the door?
Well, actually, it might be possible that they might have gotten broken in one of the recent Phoenix Wright games. I've unfortunately fallen a bit behind on those. Gone through most of them, but the story marches on.
Shouldn't be too hard.
Don't be so sure. Appearances in this world can be deceiving. Let's start with the door. Please direct me to the door and give me instructions.
I see. So I can do whatever I want with you in this world.
Oh, I love that smile he's got there, like a smug bastard.
Well, I suppose that is true, but...
Alright, let's do this.
Wake Date up. Sinking in the brain. Date's dream world. In the strangest surreal dream, him trust the light to wake up Date. Explore dreams to recover secret memories. A guide to unlocking is displayed. First mover close to the door. Oh, there's actual third-person control segments in this game.
A door locked with a padlock.
When investigating things, you can choose from a number of options to give Iva instructions. For now, have her investigate.
It appears all I have to do is open this door.
And it looks like I have both the option of mouse controls or keyboard controls. It's not a big deal, but I do appreciate the options. I do like how a lot of games in general have been allowing you to change up your control scheme.
I can't touch it.
Just phase through, huh? Oh yeah, yeah. One thing I did really like about Hades, I think that's the first game I've seen where you can remap a controller's stuff, and I thought that was really cool. I played with a keyboard, but some of my friends played it with a controller, and they had to absolutely had to remap the reload for the gun, for example. But I appreciate that that was an option, and I hope more games do that going forward, because remapping is something that's been standard for keyboard and mouse for a while, but controllers need them too, you know? It's just really nice.
That is to be expected. Dreams are not bound by logic. This is Date's Somnium, a reality built by dreams.
My Somnium?
I see. Your mental faculties must be hazy because your body is currently sleeping.
I'm pretty sure that's only the case so that she has a reason to explain all this to the
I
player.
suppose I will have to explain.
I'd rather you not disturb my precious sleep.
Shut up and listen.
Well, I think I like the protagonist I'm playing as.
Date,
He's certainly got a nice bit of personality, at least.
the places where the light touches have become colored. Perhaps those parts are now tangible. Every human mind is unique. Every human dream has its own set of rules.
Okay, so it looks like I'm gonna be going into people's minds to figure out the truth.
See.
That's gonna be neat.
If you understand these rules, the dream world itself becomes malleable. Who was that?
I don't know.
You must know. This is your dream. It is created from your memories.
In that case, I'm genuinely curious who that skeleton in the
I don't know what
corner
to
is.
tell you. I have no idea who that was.
You may remember upon reflection.
I need to give you commands that will unlock the mental locks, right?
Indeed. But it is difficult to predict exactly how an object will behave in Somnium. Think outside the box. Trying different actions will help solve the problem.
Now, what should I have you do?
Don't forget that I have a veto.
Hey, don't forget to have a veto. In the Somnium world, you're able to investigate objects with a floating name. A new object has appeared, move over to it to investigate. Okay, I was trying to figure out how to rotate the camera. There we are. Winter Iris.
A winter iris.
Got it, first try.
Do you not recognize it? This is an iris that blooms in winter.
A flower with a woman's name.
Can actually smell this?
Hey, I didn't know you could smell.
I can't. I'm pantomiming. Isn't it easier to visualize this way?
Sure, whatever.
Pantomiming is basically a form of acting, isn't it?
Not enough.
Not enough.
Pardon?
Harder. You gotta smell it harder.
What?
Amazing suction. Bravo.
Okay, that was funny.
What are you experiencing so regularly to cause this to happen in your dreams?
You were able to touch it.
Correct.
So, I just need to keep this up?
Something like that.
Progress. Action just advance your progress. I imagine there's a serious option, a funny option for some of these progresses at least.
A switch.
Thorns are gone. Well, only one thing left to do now.
Activate the switch.
That skeleton's now a person. Well, technically a skeleton was always a person at one point, but looks like we're getting
Isn't
clues.
this rewarding, Date? Another place you can touch.
I would rather be sleeping.
Mental lock, turn on the light. Checkpoint saved, turned on the light.
A glass of wine.
Let's look at it first. Is it a good wine? I'm actually not too much of a wine drinker, if we're
luxurious red
honest.
wine, popular on the market today. However, this appears to be a much brighter red than a typical bottle.
If that's actually blood, then I'm glad I didn't have her
Maybe
taste
it's a
it.
full-bodied red from Burgonia.
I wonder if that trivia will ever prove useful.
Better to be prepared.
While I was in Italy, I did actually visit a vineyard and we had tried a few different types of wine. I couldn't get too big on any of them, though. And rest assured, I was not the designated driver. Well, it's
Leave it to
wine.
me.
Might as well do the obvious with it.
Hey!
Drinking from the bottles and stuff.
I feel kind of good.
How does AI get
Why
drunk?
isn't AI getting drunk?
Took the words right out of my mouth, Date.
Why do I have to listen to Date diss me all the time?
Oh, she's annoying when she's drunk. Someone else can come take her.
Skeleton.
A skeleton. It appears to be bleeding from the left eye.
Talk?
To the skeleton?
You just want someone to talk to, huh?
True. Hello, my name is Iba. What is your name? How are you? I am currently 92% charged and feeling well. Hey, don't ignore me, stupid bony man. Your mother is a stupid bony girl. Bony, bony, bony.
I think getting Iba drunk first may have been a bad idea.
Are you finished?
My disappointment is immeasurable.
And your day is ruined, I assume.
A skeleton.
Oh, a standing lamp, but a basket. Let's go to the basket first because
A basket. I cannot see in.
well, searching is the most obvious thing to do here.
A model of a UFO. A stuffed chupacabra?
Chupacabra. Is this person just that big a fan of Shin Megami Tensei?
And a $1 bill.
Ooh, guess the economy's been hitting the dream world pretty bad.
Occult stuff, maybe?
Does the occult interest you, Date?
The truth is out there.
It is a trending topic. Anyone could have encountered items such as these.
True. Somebody's into the occult.
This is somewhat different than occult.
It's more, I think that's more like cryptids and stuff.
A
Lamp.
floor lamp shaped like a rose.
It actually looks quite nice, I think. I imagine my sister would like one of these quite a bit. She quite enjoys this sort of thing. Lift it up a bit, maybe.
It must mean I don't flinch. I hold my ground like a mountain.
I interpret it more as your irritating personality spreading like pollen in the wind.
The tears won't stop. Must be allergies.
You're just sleepy. A lamp.
I guess the obvious thing is to kick it first. Wait, that actually
You don't have to
did something?
kick it so hard.
Give it everything you've got. That's my motto.
Didn't even budge.
I saw the skeleton's skull move slightly. Hey, Date, are we gonna get him too?
What are you, a thug?
Oh, wait, that literally did something. Alright, let's check out the skelly again.
A skeleton.
Now let's investigate it real
There
quick.
are traces of blood around the left eye socket.
So it's the same as hers.
This skeleton is clinging to some small bit of life.
I hope my bones die and stay dead, like they should.
Date does not like the idea of coming back as a zombie or skeleton. This also means we probably want to keep him away from necromancers.
A skeleton.
Guess we have to hit it since we hit the lamp.
Know this, skeleton. I harbor no grudges against you. Hi-ya! What?
Oh my.
Why, but look, the wall.
Oh dear. That probably wasn't a good idea, was it? Oh, oops, I think I buggered that up.
Do you have an irrepressible urge for destruction you've been holding back all this time?
Even if I did, adults have to learn moderation, you know. Who is he?
Are you sure you don't know?
I don't know. He looks like some old man.
Maybe he's your old man, aka your father.
You could describe him a little more generously.
Boss is sleep talking. A hidden item, insomnia. There's only one somewhere. No more, I can't eat anymore. Well, first things first, before we go over there, let's go over here. Here.
What?
Ah, now that's from the title. That means it's gonna be important, that's for sure. Dream documentation duty intern.
A gun came out of the skull?
It's a gun shaped like a key. Is this basically the modern version of a keyblade? Does this mean I'm about to enter the Kingdom Hearts? Let's investigate it before I pick it up.
Why is there a gun in this house?
This house has a skeleton in it. Anything can happen.
I hear it's common in the Kyushu area. In fact, it is said that they place hand grenades in the egg cartons in their refrigerators.
That sounds incredibly unsafe for the people who live
Where
there.
did you hear that from?
A gun. It won't go off?
It should be fine.
As long as you don't pull the trigger, but if you want to be safe, I imagine you could put the safety on first. Or simply not put your finger on the trigger.
Look at this hot magnum. I could ventilate some crooks with this thing.
I'm pretty sure she's quoting a movie with
Don't get
that.
excited.
Remind you of anyone?
No.
No.
A door locked with a padlock.
The fact this one's bigger implies to me I'm supposed to do that one, but let's try the obvious practical use of a keyblade.
This size would fit?
Might fit if you work it in a little.
Of course. Look at that smug face. He knows precisely what he's
Try
saying.
just the tip.
I suppose. I see. The gun was the key.
Well, well, well. It seems I was key in helping us escape.
Okay, that's it. This dream is over.
I suppose this dream is over then. Guess I'll wake up now.
Good. I'll open it.
Alright, so I guess opening the door, this being the final goal, awakens me. Here. Now we can finally see who this mysterious man is. That's a murder. Barely get a shot of his face before. Mental lock 2. Open the door. Awaken. Open the door with a gun-shaped key. Brain. Memories hidden in dreams. Guess we're backing out of the dream world. Day 2, Saturday. Police headquarters. Saturday, 9:30 a.m. Happy birthday? Oh crap, boss, sorry I missed your birthday.
Good morning, Date. I was waiting for you.
What kind of outfit is he wearing? There's a computer on her desk. The type has a monitor as built in. Happy birthday banner. That birthday party was a while ago, though. Okay, so I didn't miss her birthday. Well, technically I did, but I think Date was still there. Pumpkin carved like a
You
jack.
ever wonder why we call all our pumpkins Jack? What if that pumpkin's name was Bill? Sorry, it was funnier in my head.
I mean, it's not worse than what Date has done. Police
Have
officer
you met
mannequin.
my partner? This is my childhood friend, Mario.
It's a he, Mario.
He's a good listener. I tell him all my stories when I get lonely.
That was the moment I started worrying about the boss's mental health.
Overall length of 15.35 inches, width of 8.8, height of 5.35, and a body weight of just a hair over 830 grams.
It's a bit creepy. She certainly
This
has her
RC car
obsessions.
has friction dampers on the front and rear axles as well.
I guess she's got a real passion for racing cars. Also, hello,
How do
someone
you know
fun.
all this stuff?
I used to be a flag girl for RC car racing in my glory days. You think
Tanuki.
it's true that a tanuki's ball sack can stretch up to 10 square feet?
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know. Ooh, fishing flag. Flag with big catch on it. A soba restaurant door curtain. Shelves. Alright, let's see what the boss is. What's this? First things first. What's the status of the investigation?
Who do you think I am, Date?
You're my boss? Commander of Abyss Metropolitan
Why the heck
Police
am I
Department?
hearing with her? I think there's a lot of popular voice actors in this game, so I imagine she's probably someone you've heard before.
I mean, my name.
Huh. I honestly don't know. I've been calling you boss for 6 years, so...
Trust me, it's been more than 6 years.
I suffer from a memory disorder. I don't remember anything past 6 years ago. Okay, something now... Okay, so I'm gonna call it now that the case tied to 6 years ago is tied to Date's memory loss. I'm having flashbacks recently, fragments of my past.
What does your name have to do with our investigation?
Because if you knew me well enough, you wouldn't have to ask.
Ah. So, nothing to report then. Got it.
Let's do so.
Where do you think you are, Agent?
Metro Police Building in Kasumigaseki, Chiyoda District, Tokyo.
I'm in by with her when she's alone. Well, she said whenever she's feeling lonely, she talks to the officer mannequin back there. I guess I kind of get it. I mean, it's basically like ranting on an internet forum when you're angry. Even if no one's really paying attention, sometimes it just feels nicer to get it out there, you know?
Underground. We're 6 stories underground.
Yeah, what about it?
No windows. It's suffocating in here. Dark and dreary all the time. So, I try to make my office colorful. liven things up a little. It's like a party, right? I want it to feel fun in here.
Well, I do like the characters are showing a decent amount of personality, even though I basically just started. Now about Mizuki, since that was the person we rescued.
Interrogators say she hasn't said a word since we found her.
Well, I imagine she's a little weirded out. I mean, she was locked in that carousel before we broke her out of it.
The doctors say she's traumatized. She can't speak.
Yeah, my guess is she probably was near or saw the murder and grabbed that bloody ice pick out of fear that the murderer might go after her next. I'd be highly surprised if she was actually involved in the killing directly. A bit of a silly move to do, since her holding the bloody ice pick puts her as a suspect, but in the heat of the moment, and if you're not sure if the killer is going after you or not, I don't blame her for grabbing whatever weapon she could.
She's seeing a specialist at Central Hospital right now.
Did you take her to the hospital after we found her?
Yeah.
AI sight.
Were you with her this whole time? You're like her legal guardian, then.
No, she just lives with me.
Mizuki Okira, the girl we found trapped in the merry-go-round. She's 12 years old in the 6th grade. Certain circumstances brought us to live together, but we aren't blood-related. Good. Oh crap, let me get rid of that bot real quick. Sorry about that. There we are. There we are. Sort of like a stray cat that found her way into my home. Sounds like Date is about to learn what it's like to be a dad.
In any case, we're not going to get anything from her.
Witness testimony isn't exactly the strongest evidence anyways. What probably matters is that she's safe, because if we didn't break it out of there, I hate to think what would have happened. Now, are there any leads?
I don't know if I would call them leads.
What about the ice pick? The one we found in Mizuki's hand?
We were able to identify the manufacturer, but it's sold nationwide. It would be impossible to pin down the buyer. We did determine that the shape of the pick and the puncture wounds on the victim match perfectly. We also discovered that the blood on the pick is the victim's.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's why I'm thinking the murderer killed with the ice pick. Then Mizuki here grabbed it out of fear that she might be next.
Meaning that ice pick was probably the murder weapon.
Almost definitely.
Alright, I imagine it's gonna start. Well, first things first, about the ice pick.
The pick Mizuki was holding, the only prints on it are hers. The evidence is really stacking up against her.
No. She couldn't have done it. That's impossible.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's too short to have been able to perform that many stab wounds. That's why my working theory is that she grabbed it after finding the body or the murderer out of fear that she might be next.
Well, then you better hurry up and clear her. She is important to you, right?
Now about Renju.
Have you picked up Renju yet?
He's at a police station nearby being interviewed. He's not a suspect yet, just standard procedure stuff.
Renju's Shoko's ex-husband and Mizuki's father, not to mention an old friend of mine.
I wonder what Renju was doing last night. I did call him a few times. He didn't answer.
Well, that does give us a suspect.
He didn't?
No.
The local police tried his phone too, but they got the same result.
Yeah, something's definitely up. Even if he's not the murderer, I think he at least knows something that might be useful to
No one was able
us.
to get a hold of him until this morning. We explained the situation to him. Had him verify Shoko's corpse, and naturally started asking him questions.
Oh, cabinet? A cabinet. Darn, I was hoping there'd be some funny flavor text. Now, is there any other information?
Let's see. We have some more information about the victim, Shoko Nadami. It's up on the database, although it's probably nothing you don't already know.
Well, maybe not. I haven't seen her for over a year.
Still, you know more about her than anyone else on the case, right? It's part of the reason why I assigned you to this.
I'm pretty sure detectives are not supposed to work on cases they have a personal involvement in, but I do get that it makes for a more interesting drama when they are.
Nadami Shoko, 36 years old. Female. Residence, Meguro District.
Now that's a 2B style hairstyle, isn't it?
met Date Kaname 5 years ago through her husband, Okira Renju. Date and Renju were so-called old drinking buddies. Renju and Shoko had one child together, a daughter named Mizuki, the prime suspect of this case. 4 years ago, they were divorced. Shoko returned to using her maiden name, Nadami.
I should also give you this. It's a picture of Shoko. You'll need this when you're trying to get information, right? Since you don't have a cell phone.
Took Shoko's picture and put it in my pocket. Of course, my phone is in my eye. It's an iPhone. Now, I'm pretty sure this is what I needed to progress the plot, which is why I did it last. About the case 6 years ago.
Remember the case you brought up yesterday? The one that happened 6 years ago?
Date, forget about it.
I'm pretty sure it's tied to this case. You
What?
can't just forget about
It's been
it.
a long time since I've been at a crime scene, and I got a little carried away, and... Look, it was a slip of the tongue, okay? Shouldn't have said anything.
That just makes me want to know even more.
That case has nothing to do with this one.
But it might. Last night you said this could be a copycat crime.
Yes, that's my point. It might be a copycat killer, but it can't be the same killer.
Let me guess, the killer from the one 6 years ago is already
That's
prosecuted
impossible. Literally impossible.
and executed if I had to wager.
So it's not necessary for you to know about past cases. It would only cloud your judgment.
I don't accept that.
Just give it up, Date.
Did we ever identify who called it in?
The person who
Was
reported
watching,
the
but
screaming?
like everything in boss's room, we clicked on a bunch. I've been doing that a bit, but... And there's been some funny stuff, but...
Right.
Unfortunately, not yet.
What's the holdup?
They didn't identify themselves over the phone.
You should have a location by now.
All we know is that it was a payphone.
Okay, so whoever called it in didn't want to be tracked down.
That's odd.
Payphones are rare even in Japan nowadays, aren't they?
It is unusual.
Yeah,
Whoever
they
it
are.
was clearly didn't want us knowing their identity. It may have even been the killer.
It's entirely possible. Oh, so it's his artificial eye. Damn it, don't you just hate when your eye became sapient and jumps out of your face? Is this actually real or just happening in his head?
Hello!
No, not hello. I told you not to just pop out of nowhere like that.
I do not understand your concern. Boss knows me by now.
Well, still.
Okay, so yeah, it's not all happening in his head. Myself.
You are a handsome-looking man. No, stop it.
Are you okay, Date?
Perhaps it's time for his medication.
Hey, Mario. Nice to meet you.
Okay, yeah, I knew they were gonna do the "It's me, Mario" thing.
Talks?
Boss's friend, Mario. It's full of files and binders, but I don't know of what. It's got books, manga, movie, games, all sorts of stuff. What did she do in here? A chair. There's stickers all over the front. Iba.
Is that a serious... We've been partnered. You know who... Aren't I? I receive that compliment frequently.
Your attitude isn't, though.
So, am I cute or not cute?
I was joking.
I don't understand your joke. Can you explain what's funny about it?
If you have to explain it, it's not funny. Then again, I think she knows that, and that's why she said it.
I haven't been getting a lot of exercise lately.
You're joking, right?
It's been 5 years since we first, met. One day I got called in the control room. Pewter, the engineer, showed it to me. Okay, so we're getting...
The official title is AI Ball. You may call her Iva. The artificial intelligence contained within this sphere is nothing short of miraculous. An autonomous artificial intelligence birthed from collective nanotechnology. Its ability to think is controlled by a program we call the Wadjet system. Special Agent Date, from today forward, this is your partner. She will be your personal computer and your personal companion.
I was living in my head ever since. She gathers info and runs analysis. She can also access wireless networks and hack into other computers. While she's in my eye socket, we communicate through an artificial nerve to my brain. Let's just talk without actually speaking. Okay, so basically, we have the codec system from Metal Gear. That is good, I think. Myself.
Hello? Did you know that the Zhuang people are the largest ethnic minority in China? Yeah, just a little trivia for you. I'm full of useful information. Who are you? My name is Kaname Date. I work as a special agent for the investigation squad Abyss at MPD.
So about Aiba.
Hey boss, is it possible to do something about her personality?
Don't ask me. I didn't create her. Get Pewter to tinker with her.
Wasn't the AI ball your idea though?
Yeah, but I didn't choose her personality or the way she talks. You can thank Pewter for that.
Hey, so... about my left eye.
Now's not the time to talk about that.
Hey,
Where is this coming from?
just answer the question.
Let me guess. You're asking me because the Japanese word for love is I, right? Like a pun?
Oh, that's actually quite clever.
I'm right, aren't I? You
I'm
dork.
right.
That hurts, you know. I've been thinking a lot lately. About myself, if I have another mind inside me.
Oh, it reminds me of something Arthur Rimbaud once wrote.
Meaning...
I is another.
You have to figure that out for yourself. That's the point.
Why'd you come out?
Okay, really now. What's the real reason you came out?
There is something I need to report to the boss.
To me?
Correct. I could have had the message relayed through Date, but that would have been less efficient. I concluded that it was better to have the both of you hear this together.
Aren't you wasting a lot of time explaining this?
Something seems a bit off about the model here. His face seems to be a bit forward compared to this. Weird. Might just be a glitch.
Please listen quietly. I have determined who reported the crime.
Huh?
You have?
Who reported the crime?
I found the payphone that the caller used.
Oh,
It was
nice.
near the location of the crime, Bloom Park.
So indeed, it might have been the killer themselves.
Thus, I decided to check the surveillance footage of any security cameras operating nearby.
So you found a way into that database.
That is correct.
Ooh, nice.
That area has little foot traffic, even less at night. The time of the report was around 9 p.m. Cameras only caught one person in the area around that time.
Alright, so we know the murder happened at around 5, the report was around 9, and we discovered the body around 10. So this is a 4-hour gap in which anything could have happened, and a 2-hour gap before the police arrived.
I analyzed the footage and was able to obtain a facial recognition match. They were registered as a person of interest in the police database.
Oh my god, who was it?
Matsushita Ota, 24 years old, male.
Holy crap, he's a Pokemon
I have
trainer.
marked his address on the map. That is all.
Date?
Way ahead of you, boss. Let's go, Iba.
Affirmative.
Map, whenever we'll get a new location, map shows up. Okay, back inside.
No.
I'm giving you an order.
Does not compute.
Does not compute. My left eyeball. She's seeing things differently than I do. Matsushita Diner. Saturday, 10:18 a.m. So about an hour later.
Oh, hello. I'm sorry we aren't open yet.
Oh, I'm not a customer. I'm here for something else. I'm with the MPD.
I flash my badge.
Oh, heavens, no. Is my boy... Is Ota in trouble?
Calm down, ma'am. I'm just here to ask some questions.
Sounds like he's not involved. He just happened to report the murder. I was scared of people knowing he was out or something.
And you're Ota's...
His mother,
And your name, ma'am?
Mayumi Matsushita.
Miss Matsushita, before we talk, could I make a request? Could you put that knife down, please?
Knife down, please.
Oh, goodness. Sorry.
Put the knife down on the table beside her. The kitchen knife. Something's engraved on the handle.
A kitchen knife with a floral pattern.
And it has something written, but it's in Japanese.
Something written on the handle.
Mom, I love you always.
Aw, that was a gift from her son, I think.
Ota gave me that knife for Mother's Day when he was in elementary school.
He probably carved it himself then. That's actually
Knows
quite nice.
How much I love flowery designs. I've used it every single day since he gave it to me. Oh, it's more than just a kitchen knife. It means the world to me.
Table.
A swimming door.
A swinging door.
A swimming door. Swinging door. Menus written. About the weather doesn't seem particularly relevant, so... First things first. Does she have a husband?
I think he went to buy some ingredients. He comes and goes all the time without telling me.
It sounds like she's trying to hide
This is
something.
nothing new.
About Shoko.
Does this woman look familiar to you?
Your husband left you, me. I think I think he either left her or he died and she doesn't want to say it because that would be a whole conversation. Also, hello, Katie.
No, I don't recognize her.
Actually, she has a similar, haircut to her.
Who is she?
No one. Don't worry about it.
Interesting. What's the restaurant exact?
Oh,
Ask about the
it's
restaurant.
just a little diner. But not to toot my own horn or anything. We do get quite a lot of customers here.
Always good when people support the local business.
I manage it with my husband, but it can get pretty hectic during lunchtime.
Peculiar.
What?
Peculiar.
This establishment is near the Kawasaki district that's been off limits for 8 years. That could mean... Never mind.
Huh?
Oh, about 30 years now.
So something happened 8 years ago that made it off limits, and that's probably
We
when
had to
something...
borrow a lot of money to get started, but back then, everyone was willing to lend you money.
Well, we have to ask the obvious sooner or later. Is Oda here?
That boy, he's been hanging out at this office building lately.
Holy crap, he really is a Pokemon trainer. Look at him. He even has a throwing animation. This looks like a Wii game. It might... I'd have to check the release date. I'm pretty sure it's too late to be a Wii game, but it might have been a Wii U game. But yeah, this is a VN from the makers of the Zero Escape series. So after he completed Zero Time Dilemma, he went to work on this game.
What kind of office?
Oh, what was it? It's a place where irresponsible young men hang out.
What does VN mean? A visual novel. Basically when it's focusing more on the story and stuff than gameplay.
What, like gangsters?
Yeah, basically Phoenix Wright or ones from last year like Danganronpa and Zero Escape. Those are all basic examples of visual novels. Sometimes they have puzzles and stuff for a bit more gameplay, but it's definitely more about the dialogue and characters and story.
Oh, heavens, no, nothing like that. Ota wouldn't go to a place like that.
Gangsters. Yeah, I just didn't know what it stands for. Oh, okay, I understand. Yeah, it's just easier to shorten visual novel to VN and for short.
Then...
Oh, I remember.
I'm pretty sure that's a reference to...
production office, an entertainment company.
Okay, that's... Yeah, he's definitely channeling, what's his face from Sun and Moon, Gladius. So Honey Pop is... I've actually heard quite a bit about that, but I've never actually seen or played anything related to it, so I'd have to look it up. Do you happen to have the name of the company offhand?
What was it? I'm sorry. My memory's been so spotty lately.
Do you know why he hangs out there?
Because there's a goddess there.
Oh, he's in love.
What?
Ota says it all the time. A goddess. More like a witch, if you ask me.
Yep, it's a girl he's interested in.
Witch, huh?
Yes, a witch put a spell on my poor Ota. Makes him spend all his money on her.
Well, that is something that a relationship usually leads to.
You see that box over there?
The one on the table?
Yes. Just look. You'll see what I mean. Do you want to
Packaging.
see? It was delivered a little while ago.
Any idea what's inside it?
It's bound to be merchandise from that horrible succubus.
Yeah, it's definitely his
She
girlfriend.
forces Ota to buy them. I know it.
Zoom. We could probably actually use X-ray vision here. It's a cardboard box. There's delivery slip attached to it.
The sender is Great Grin.
Great
A
green.
popular online store.
Oh, I see. That's a reference to Amazon. Because the
Product
Amazon has a
description
smile.
reads, Solid model.
I should be able to use the AI's...
A large jellyfish.
Sure. It's a large jellyfish in the middle of this restaurant here.
We should look inside. Use the X-ray mode.
Yeah, I was wondering why it didn't give me that option. X-ray time. X-ray vision. 4 set. Wow, that is some very good shipping if the model was already pre-created and delivered like this. And yeah, I know it's probably already pre-assembled so that you know it's a model rather than just being pieces where it be harder to tell that it's a model, but yeah.
Now, what is this?
A solid PVC model of a person, known as a figure.
Something's written on the base.
The letters appear to be some kind of metal. The permeability of X-ray vision should make them legible.
A set.
Oh, I thought it was 4 set, but it's 8 set. I guess I
Allow
missed
me
that.
to investigate. A moment, please.
X-ray. A set. So is this witch working there?
Yes, that good-for-nothing temptress works for that entertainment group. She's an idol.
Oh, okay. Everything's starting to make a lot more sense now.
Do you know her name? I'm assuming it's not witch.
Her name? don't remember. I just call her the witch.
Alright, I'm getting nowhere. She doesn't remember the talent or the company.
Even I am at a loss.
Yeah.
Would she be a way to call him?
Call him?
Yes. Does he have a cell phone?
A cell phone? Why would he need a cell phone if we have a phone at the house?
He doesn't have one?
He better not. Waste of money.
Given what the time, my understanding as to the time where this game takes place, well, I guess she's a bit out of touch then.
You can abandon this line of questioning, Date. Ota does have a phone. I found his number.
Call it.
I have already attempted to call multiple times.
Dang, Aiba's really on the ball
There
today.
is no connection. Either the phone is off, or he has no reception.
Let's hope he's not face down in a gutter somewhere.
That would be unsanitary, as well as a violation of waste disposal codes. Date, I've found some information about the figure. Aset is the name of a popular female musician.
Okay, so it's probably her.
Sounds like our witch. Is Aset a group name?
No, it is a single artist.
Oh, so that's her name, Aset.
Aset figure, huh?
Correct.
What's the name of her talent agent?
Lemniscate.
Sorry. What?
I repeat, Lemniscate.
That doesn't roll off the tongue very well.
Renju owns that company.
Oh.
Correct.
Excuse me.
Something tells me this is all gonna start getting
Does the
connected
name
very soon.
Lemniscate ring a bell?
Oh, yes! That's where Ota goes.
Aiba, bring the car around.
At once.
Man, I love remote control cars. They're not really a thing yet, but it's gonna be awesome once they do. Lemniscate. Saturday, 11:45, so about an hour or two later.
That's him?
Correct.
Here we are.
Are you Ota Matsushita?
Who are you?
He looks like he's in high school rather than 24.
I'm from the MPD.
The police?
Laptop. It's his
Can I
laptop.
reach over and break that thing in half?
If you can pay for the damages.
Damn it.
Why do you have an Ultra Beast as a partner? Yeah, that's the AI that's basically the protagonist's artificial eye. She's basically the partner for this game, partner detective for this game. Logo, company's logo, abstract painting,
What is that supposed to be?
I do not know.
plant.
Date, look at them go! Yay!
She seems a
We
fan
need
of
to have a
ants.
discussion about your obsession with insects.
Sofa. So far, a sofa. It's a sofa. A large window. Door. There's probably an office back there. Oh, right, I can rotate this a bit. Promotional videos of the agent's talents are playing. Nothing dirty, though. This isn't that kind of company. Well, that's good. A plant. A sofa. Not gonna lie, though, it's so kind of creepy how Aba can just pop out of Date's eye anytime she wants if she needs to do something separately from him. What are you typing exactly?
Nothing. Could you stop bothering me?
Alright, we're gonna have... Alright, we're gonna have to speak his language first of all. I found
How did you know that?
Because I'm psychic.
Because of the psychic.
Excuse me?
Alright, let's quit.
Last night.
Also, pixel art is apparently easy. Pixel art is easy in the sense that you can draw it out with each individual pose. Yeah, the shading's way easier. The only thing with sprite, pixel art, and sprites is that you do have to draw and shade each and every frame whereas with a model, you can adjust it. While models take a lot more work to make to start with, it ends up being a lot easier in the long run because you can easily adjust them through. Though don't get me wrong, pixel art still looks really good. In fact, games like Stardew Valley, I think, genuinely look amazing, even though... Oh, and Ori and the Blind Forest, that and its sequel do use hand-drawn sprites, I believe. As did Spiritfarer, now that I think about it. That also used completely hand-drawn pixel art, and those games look really, really good. So yeah. They each have their own strengths. This game just happens to use models well, something like Spiritfarer just happens to use pixel art. And both of them look pretty good, so it's a matter of a style choice, I think.
Don't play dumb, kid. Yesterday, 9 p.m., you called the police from a payphone. You told them about screaming you heard coming from Bloom Park.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right, Ota, look. We either do this here, or I take you down to the station.
Do you have a warrant? Article 2.3 of the Execution of Law Enforcement Code. Unless initiated by legal process, no person shall be detained or obligated to answer any questions without explicit consent.
This is the type of kid I hate the most. Yeah, my guess is he probably looked it up to try and avoid having himself brought it too much.
No, I'm kinda busy right now.
Punch him. Receptionist. There's a receptionist with huge breasts sitting behind the desk. There's a receptionist with huge breasts sitting. There's a receptionist with huge breasts. Date, you are a complete pervert. Huge breasts. Well, as goofy as that is, I am glad at least our protagonist has a bit of personality, even if it's not necessarily a positive one. They're huge. Oh, dang it. Date, you are a complete asshole.
Date, wait. Causing a disturbance in public will result in disciplinary action.
And what should I do?
I have an idea. Give me a moment.
Kick him.
I told you to wait.
Waiting's just pissing me off more.
I've never seen you laugh that hard before. I'm pretty sure I've laughed harder during some of the Danganronpa games, but it's been a while since I've had a good laugh like that, I'll be honest. And I'm glad this game has some nice, what's it called? Brevity, levity? It's when you, it's clearly a serious game overall, but it's not afraid to have a nice, lighthearted, wasn't there when Danganronpa. Ah. Well, it's one of the reasons I started the channel in the first place. That is to get through some of the games I've been really wanting to play on my Steam list. And it's been a... But yeah, I would recommend the Danganronpa games if you have any interest in that sort of genre. Even though I played them years after their release, I felt their storylines and stuff really held up even after all this time.
Perhaps your dosage needs to be increased.
Perhaps your dosage needs to be increased. What? But yeah, the thing with the Zero Escape series, compared to Danganronpa, it's a lot more dark and it doesn't have as much lightheartedness, which makes sense given the overall themes. This one's definitely going for a bit more nuance, I think. But yeah, I'm glad that they're having a few stuff like this, because even though Date is a bit of a sleaze, I do think him having a bit of personality helps make it a lot easier to connect with him, even if he's not necessarily a good, quote-unquote, good person. I'm not sure if I'm making any sense, but yeah. I prefer a character with a personality like that over a more everyman sort of character, I guess. That's just my personal thoughts. I know some people do like more everyman protagonists.
Listen to me, Date. Ota's PC is connected to the internet via Wi-Fi.
And?
I was curious, so I hacked into it.
Oh, dang. Okay, for visual novels, you're not playing them. There's no... Hi. There's no... Hi. Hi. Oh, he's...
Tessa referred to Aset?
Oh, Toe Witter. Of course, he's arguing with everyone on Twitter. Or what else would I expect someone of his age to be doing?
That is a popular fan nickname for her.
That means motto has to be
Twitter. Yep.
Correct. However, it appears that Ota is the one operating the other 3 accounts as well.
What?
Optical Protein Fiber, Pongo Ponko, and KG are all Ota's sub-accounts. Ota is insulting Azet and defending her all by himself.
Now that is a Galaxy Brain
This
strategy.
is what's known as a straw man sock puppet, or false flagging.
This kid is pathetic.
Took the words right out of my mouth, Date. I was actually about to say that. Alright, well, we now have the tools to force him to talk.
Hey, kid.
What do you want?
I'm gonna tell Aset.
Tell her what?
That you're sock puppeting for her on Twitter.
What are you talking about?
You should drop the attitude.
You shouldn't make those kinds of accusations. Do you want to get sued for defamation?
Optical Protein Fiber, Pongo Ponko, and KG are all your sub-accounts.
What? How do you know that?
I told you, kid. I'm psychic. Now, I have some questions for you.
Fine.
I see, this is one of the many reasons I hesitate to go with make a Twitter. Though I will say it, there are a lot of pretty good artists there that I do follow them, but I don't have a proper Twitter, so I have to follow them the old-fashioned way with bookmarks and stuff. And tabs and all that. I thought about just to make stream announcements, but I'm not really that famous, so it's probably not too big a deal right now. I know I really need to ask this first, but I genuinely want to know this.
Not only were you faking the whole thing, you made sure to add her so she'd see it.
But if she doesn't see it, she won't know that I'm protecting her.
Oh my. Okay, so basic. I don't even know how to.
All those comments hurt her feelings, even if you defend her.
But in the end, I made it so everyone became her fans and got along and...
That's not the point.
I'm sorry.
Just don't do it again, okay?
Talking about you are famous. I wish. Well, then again, if I was as the, well, I guess there's a lot of things that come with fame. Fame that can also be very stressful. Well, heavy is the head that wears the crown, I suppose. I honestly have no idea what I'd do if I ever did it. It'd become famous. Alright, so why are you here?
I'm waiting for Tessa to come out.
This is an office building, not a concert hall.
This is the main facility of Lemniscate Entertainment's production branch. There are multiple studios for recording and broadcasting in this building. Tessa is recording a podcast today.
Alright, let's get back down to business.
I'm gonna ask you again. Were you the one who reported the screaming at Bloom Park around 9?
Yes.
Why were you in the area?
If you were famous, there'd be way too many viewers and I'll explode. Oh, don't explode, KB.
You better tell me, or I'll tell everyone about your little imaginary enemies.
Hey, everyone. This guy...
Okay, I'll talk. Just shh.
Alright, glad he's willing to talk. Now about last night, one last time.
I went to Bloom Park because I was supposed to meet someone.
Did you enter the park?
Yes.
So who were you meeting?
A girl named Mizuki Okiura.
What did you say?
The young girl.
Okiura? She's the daughter of the president of Lemniscate. Do you know her?
Yeah, I know her.
Now, first things first, do you know Mizuki?
She's just a friend.
Yeah, she better be.
Yeah, she better be.
Why do you care?
Aha, Date is finally learning what it means to be a father.
Where and how did you two meet?
Here, the Lemniscate lobby. Mizuki is friends with Tessa.
You don't have any BBTV emotes. Yeah, unfortunately, I haven't gotten any custom emotes to put. Unfortunately, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to look into that. But I figure I don't get too many ES subs and stuff, so I figure I can put off for the moment. Though I definitely do need to start looking into that. Because I do like how they give a little personal flair to a stream, and I kind of do like that. So yeah, it's definitely going to be happening, but I don't want to promise it as an immediate thing because I still need to first of all decide on what I want, and then work on some other stuff. Get them, that is, to work with some artists and stuff.
I was talking to Tessa one day and she just comes up like, hey.
When was this?
Last September. So, I guess the relationship has lasted over a year now.
Don't call it a relationship.
Well, what am I supposed to call it? Anyway, I have her look over my work sometimes.
Work?
I write light novels.
Okay.
Really? What's your pen name?
Odoin Kyoma.
That is a lie. Database searches reveal no professional authors have ever submitted work under that name.
Hey, Ota. How about you stop lying to me? My third eye can see through your bullshit.
Well, I'm not a published author.
Well, as long as you're making the effort towards that, it's not easy to get published.
I'm an aspiring author, to be exact.
I gotta work towards a dream.
Mizuki reads my novels. I get notes and advice from her.
Well, it's always good to have an editor.
From a 6th grader?
She's surprisingly insightful.
Sometimes it's good to get a different perspective like that. Oh, to stop being a dorkly Pokemon trainer. That is a surprisingly apt statement. I'm surprised I didn't think of it.
She has the talent to be an editor for sure.
Can provide a detailed account of what happened last night.
8:10 last night. I got a call from Mizuki saying she wanted to meet me at Bloom Park. She sounded scared. You know how that area is run down and abandoned?
I suppose it would have to be a murder at an abandoned carnival.
I think she wanted me to go with her as protection.
But why Bloom Park?
Someone messaged her on Nile.
Nile is a popular messaging application for smartphones and PCs.
So I guess it's similar to Skype or Discord?
What did they say?
She didn't tell me exactly, but it said to come to the merry-go-round at Bloom Park tonight.
Who sent it?
I don't know. But Mizuki was determined to go.
Interesting. What else?
What happened next?
I met up with
It's
Mizuki
Yahoo
and
Messenger.
we went into the park.
I forgot Yahoo had a messenger. I think I had at one point, but I didn't really use it very much. Well, then again, back when I was using it, there was also MSN Messenger, or AOL Messenger, which eventually went merged into Skype. A lot of things basically changed until everything basically got merged into Discord, but then now Discord's gotten into legal trouble, and we don't know if they're going to be lasting any longer. How frustrating. Dang, messenger services sure have come a long way. Flashback time. They found the corpse. Oh, wait, the scream was his and not hers. That's actually pretty good. Did you just leave her there?
Did you leave her there? You left a 12-year-old girl by herself?
I didn't mean to. I was panicking. People do stupid things when they're in fight or flight mode.
Are you being scared by a horse? To be fair, it was probably the dead body on top of the horse, although it's kind of funny that the scream he announced was his and not anyone else's.
Like when people grab their pillow and run out of their house in a fire.
Jeez, you're a real hero, kid.
See, I knew you would make fun of me. This is why I didn't want to tell you.
Is that why you didn't identify yourself on the phone? You seriously didn't think we'd find you? Mizuki would have told us everything.
I didn't think she would.
Why wouldn't she?
She said that if she ever got caught going out at night with someone like me, her roommate would kill her.
Good girl.
Yep, dad mode is active. Yeah, Date is on full dad mode right now. Why'd you use a payphone anyway?
I tried using my cell phone at first, but my heart was pounding and I was scared and my hand was shaking. And with the rain last night, it kind of...
You dropped it?
Yeah, right into a puddle.
Aiba, can you trace the last signal that Ota's phone sent out?
Near Bloom Park, just past 9 p.m.
Alright, so that corroborates his
The
story.
phone has not been turned on since.
Lop, indeed.
I guess he's telling the truth.
Hey, Ota, what are you doing?
Tessa!
It's the electric type gym leader. You know, since we're on the Pokemon theme with Oda there.
And you are?
Mr. Date from the MPD. He came here to ask me about what happened last night.
Breasts? No, that's the
You mean
receptionist
a
behind the
detective?
desk.
Wow! I've never met a real detective before.
Say something there, Date. You're making things awkward. Also, what is that hairstyle you got?
Date, your adrenaline level is rising.
She looks like that yandere. You'll have to be more specific, Gaby. There's a lot of yanderes around.
No, nothing.
There's a receptionist desk. Okay, it's just gonna loop again, isn't it? Alright, now are you ASAT?
Let me confirm something. You're ASET, right?
Let's play a game. Shadows!
Thread? Silhouette? ASAT!
You know?
Fears!
Upset? Regret? ASAT!
Water!
Wet? Sweat? ASAT!
Yay! ASAT, you bet!
The magnetic currents in the atmosphere are clearly causing aberrant behavior. We should leave.
Even Aiba's weirded out by this. Alright. I don't think this is really relevant, might as well check. How old
I
are you?
turned 18 this year.
Now, the question is she actually 18, or did the English version age her up? Because it's not unusual for idol characters to be a certain age in the Japanese version, but then get aged up for releases elsewhere. Then again, it's possible. I mean, 18 isn't that old.
A senior in high school?
Yep.
Date, I recommend you keep your hands to yourself.
Don't worry. I'm not gonna make a move.
Dade is too busy in dad mode to worry about something like that.
Oh, I meant Ota.
Wait, you were gonna make a...
Oda? Okay. Now you're friends with Mizuka.
Mizuki Okiura? Yeah, I am. Mr. Okiura runs the agency, and Mizuki is his daughter. So, we hang out sometimes.
Is that how you became friends?
There's more to it than that. But basically,
Mizuki and I live under the same roof, but she doesn't tell me about her personal life. She doesn't tell me much of anything. Now I think about it, I'm totally in the dark.
So, Mizuki must come here to hang out sometimes.
What's your relationship with Oda?
relationship?
We're like a goddess and a summoned thrall.
Her thrall?
If Tessa ever gets in trouble...
Yeah, no, she's 18
I
Japanese
swoop in
too.
and protect her.
Oh, thanks, Gabe. I was gonna look it up after the stream, but that makes sense. Alright,
You sound more like a superhero than a thrall. Ota always defends me when I'm getting bashed online.
Stop! You're making me blush.
This guy.
so far. It's a sofa. I mean, she does look 18. Yeah, she does look like an adult, but the style can make it a bit hard to tell. I mean, like I said, Oda here looks more like a Pokemon trainer, which is, not 24 that he supposedly is.
Gee, Tessa. You always look so cute. So cute. So cute that I can't take it. Don't you think so too, Date?
You're awfully familiar with her.
I can't help it. Her loving aura is in the air.
Yeah, Date is way too much into dad mode to worry about something like that right now.
When I'm with her, my head gets all light, and I just relax and don't sweat the small stuff, you know?
Well, being able to not sweat the small stuff is important, but I think, you should take a breather, man. Maybe take a cold shower. Oh, Shoko.
You know who this is, right?
Yeah, it's the woman I saw at Bloom Park. Her name is Shoko Nadami. I saw it on the news.
Wait, do you not know who her daughter is?
She has a daughter?
I didn't know that either.
They must be unaware that Shoko is Mizuki's mother.
Maybe because her last name is different. Nadami and Okiura.
It has also not yet been reported that Shoko is Renju's ex-wife.
This is actually important, since it's not been reported that Shoko is Renju's ex-wife. This means that anyone who knows that is immediately going to be a person of interest, because the public shouldn't have that information yet. Sometimes a good way to catch a killer is what they is knowing more than they should. Did you talk to her about last night?
Oh,
I heard about it. About Ota seeing that corpse at Bloom Park. He told me.
Tessa?
Why didn't you come to the police?
Such a shocking story would certainly pique the young woman's interest. It is possible Ota wanted her attention.
He told her about a dead body he found for attention?
What is this? What's that movie where the kids find the dead body and just kind of mess with it? Stand By Me? Dang, it's been years, I don't remember.
Actually, I already knew about it before Ota told me.
Wait, how?
It's all over the internet. When I saw Ota this morning, I asked him about it. He told me he saw the body.
Yeah, he was just trying to impress her. Ota's looking ASAP. Well, not really look, more like gawk or enraptured gaze.
Hey, let me tell you something. It's about those posts on Twitter.
Wait!
Looks like you're my thrall now. Isn't that right, Ota?
Yeah, just be cool.
Ota has unnaturally gigantic eyes compared to ASAP. It kinda does. High table. I guess it's time to go.
Date, I have determined that these two have no further information for us. Our goal is to find the murderer of Shoko Nadami. Let us continue.
Right. Let's head back to the crime scene. See you kids later.
Where are you going?
Back to where the corpse was found.
In that case, I'll go with you.
You'll what?
What? This isn't a Phoenix Wright game. I don't need a young girl partner.
Please take me with you.
Especially if you don't have psychic powers.
Why?
Because I want to know more about what happened. Do you have any suspects? Probably some crazy murderer, right? That's what Ota was telling me. The corpse was strung up on that merry-go-round. It must have been some kind of twisted message.
It's entirely possible. I mean, the fact the body was all dressed up and tied up and does imply they were trying to send a message of some sort, but we don't have any leads, or at least none that we can use.
Ota, take a video.
Huh?
Just do it. Mr. Date! Please, Mr. Date! You can't leave me!
What?
I can't imagine life without you!
What are you doing?
Ota, did you get it?
Oh, yeah.
She can use this as blackmail. Yes, she is. What were you doing exactly?
Mr. Date, you are a member of the MPD, aren't you? A public servant? I wonder, what would happen if this little video happened to go viral?
Yeah, I knew where this was
You
going.
wouldn't.
Oh, and just so you know, taking my phone away won't help. It's already in the cloud.
You little...
Alright, but you better have some kind of psychic power to help me investigate.
I told you I want you to take me to the scene of the crime. If you do, I promise I'll delete the video.
Date, a thought has occurred. She really is quite the seductress.
Something wrong?
No, not at all. I'm just imagining your body sinking into Tokyo Bay.
I'm used to sinking. Part of the job.
Huh?
Sinking. He's staring daggers at me. Has a rather inappropriate smile given the circumstances. Astead is in the passenger seat. By the way, well, might as well ask, why'd you become an idol in the first place?
Well, I guess it was because I've always wanted to be famous, you know? I want to be famous. Get on TV. Be a household name.
You're not there yet.
It's alright. Internet stars do better if they don't sell out.
Internet star?
Ota didn't tell you? I'm most famous on the internet. I do songs, and dances, and play video games and stuff on stream.
Frickin' streamers, am I right, guys?
Have you heard of Shovel Forge?
Shovel Forge is a game in which you manipulate cubes on the terrain to build structures.
Yeah, I figured that was basically a Minecraft
I've been
parody.
focusing a lot on that game lately.
I don't know if this is a spoiler or a names in Japanese, but Ace. In Japanese is Iris. It's probably... My guess is probably supposed to be a name pun, given how some of these characters have been named so far.
What about being on TV?
And it's probably something that didn't work well in... that worked well in Japanese, but didn't work well in English, so they made it A-set.
I'm not very popular yet. I can only get on TV as a background singer or something.
Well, that's a
I
start.
don't get many gigs either.
Well, as long as you have what is technically classified as a speaking role, that's still enough for your, what's it called? The, stage members. Yeah, like headset. How'd you start working for Lemniscate?
Well, at first all I did was stream from home. And then, not to sound cocky, but I started getting pretty big. I started getting offers from agencies.
And one of them was Lemniscate?
Well, not exactly.
Huh?
My mom's actually an old friend of the president of the agency.
Friend of Renju's?
So she probably called in a favor.
Yeah. So I asked him for advice one day. You know, you have to be careful. Even a place that looks legitimate with an office and everything can be sketchy.
Yeah, my understanding is that the idol industry in Japan is can be very nasty for the people who work within it.
And my mom and I didn't know anything about the industry at all.
Well, I don't blame her mom for taking advantage of a resource like the president of a big idol company to try and get her.
Anyway, one day Mr. Okiura said to come see him at his office, and he hooked me up.
Well, might as well. About Mizuki first.
We're good friends. We go to movies and karaoke and
Idols
go
are
shopping
strange.
together.
I kind of get the appeal to idols. I mean, it's basically just the same as how, say, boy bands or famous singers, any other famous singer, really. You like the music, you like the person displaying, the person dancing and stuff. But, I guess the music industry, even in the West, can be abusive to the people inside of it if you're not careful, so... To VTubers, I understand that. VTubers feel like a modern version of MLP. They're basically everywhere, and the people into them really love them. Rest have no problem with it. I'm just trying to be careful because I know if I start getting into them, I might fall down the hole like I did when I was into MLP, and boy was I big on the whole brony thing when it was relevant. Well, I guess it might be less accurate to call me an ex-brony and more recovering alcoholic. But it was a good time, met some nice people. Well, sometimes you just gotta have the whole experience, you know?
She's really good at listening to me bitch and moan about my problems. I'm so much older than her, but it really doesn't even feel like it.
Okay, so the age difference does matter to an extent. Let's ask about Oda.
Why do you ask?
You two are very close, for an idol and a fan.
Ota is special. He really is like a hero to me.
Hero, huh?
Questions.
I mean, you're Sylveon. What? Yeah, I have considered looking at some places to see if I could use maybe a Sylveon character instead of a webcam thing. You know, strictly speaking, it wouldn't be too hard for me to get a webcam, but at the same time, I've never been too much of a fan of the webcam image stuff, because at the end of the day, it's just a guy, he is staring at something, maybe making some expressions, but I'm not really that much of a... Plus, I look kind of plain in person. I think it'd be better to focus on the gameplay and the dialogue. Though I do know one of my friends uses one of those face rig things, face rig puppets, to sort of try and spice up their streams a bit. Sadly, the face rig is kind of dropping their free stuff to try and make a subscription service, which I think was a dumb move, but hey, their business, their choice.
What's it like being a detective?
Wouldn't know much about that.
Largely, when I chose the Sylveon character as sort of a channel mascot, it was largely just because I thought he'd be cute and eye-catching for anyone looking through the stream list.
I'm not a detective.
But you are a cop, right?
Right. But I'm not on the crimes unit.
Then what unit are you in?
What indeed?
You aren't gonna tell me?
What are you doing?
Just thinking about post.
Whoa, hold up now.
Well,
I respect
then
not
tell
being
me.
opposed to showing your face, but not doing it anyway, especially on Twitch. Yeah, like I said, I have nothing against it. I just don't think it'd be it. I'm just not into it, really. Yeah, but I do respect those who do. It's just whatever you think fits your personal style. At least that's my take on it. Now about that video.
You know, now that I think about it, wouldn't you get in trouble for that video too?
What?
The video. You're an idol, right? You have a status to maintain.
I have heard fans have gotten very, very pissy if they find out an idol has a significant other in any fashion. I do get that any fandom that's particularly large can get nasty at certain points, but some do get a fairly well-earned reputation you have to be careful of.
If that video went viral, I think you'd be in trouble too.
It's okay. Because sometime real soon, I'm going to die.
Wait, what?
What?
I can see into the future. I know when I'm going to die.
She's messing
Just
it. Yeah, I
kidding.
knew it.
I hope so.
Anyway, I'm not going down without a fight, so I will release that video if you don't cooperate.
Fine about my department.
I'm part of a special investigation unit known as Abyss.
Date.
I don't have a choice.
What's Abyss?
Advanced
Now you ram the
Brain
car to a truck.
Investigation Squad. The public doesn't know about it.
Wow, cool!
Don't tell anyone.
I promise I won't. I swear to the Egyptian goddess Isis.
I think I see where the Japanese pun's coming from.
By the way, I didn't catch your name.
You really want to know?
It's okay if you don't want to tell me.
Iris. Iris Sagan.
Okay, that's why she swears to ISIS.
I know, weird, right?
Ready?
Ratty cake, baker's man.
Oh, he remembers her.
Bake me a cake as fast as you can. Pat it, poke it, fill it with fruit. Something wrong?
Half spoiler? It doesn't seem to be a spoiler in of itself, honestly. The only spoil... Because, well, her real name itself isn't important. It's the fact, it's more the fact that Date here actually knows who she is. That is the spoiler, not that her true name is
No.
Iris.
It's nothing.
Alright, Bloom Park, 122. That's about 2 hours later. Quite a bit going on
Excuse
today.
me. You Kaname Date?
That's right.
And the girl?
She's an important witness for this case.
Yep.
We've got business here.
Oh, okay.
She couldn't hold back her excitement and rushed in the scene. Hey, I guess like knowing the real name of one of the Slipknot members. Indeed. Yeah, knowing their name is the same as having a history with them. There's a fence around the merry-go-round. The column. Last night I found Mizuki inside the central column. Why was she in there? A local cop. Parasol. There's a hole in it now with all the years of tearing. Control room.
Is that a phone booth?
No, it's the control room. This is where the staff would run the merry-go-round.
I was joking.
Panda ride. The type you put a coin
Black
in.
and white bear? I'm not gonna be punished, am I?
What are you talking about?
Nothing. Just thinking about a game I like.
Yeah, I was thinking of Danganronpa. Yeah, she's been referencing Danganronpa. Wouldn't be the first time, like, for Zero Escape 2, I'm pretty sure Zero the Third, the main antagonist of that game, is very much based on Monokuma, based on his general mannerisms and personality.
Mr. Date, that horse.
That was stored in the warehouse nearby. Some kids must have broken in and put it up as a joke.
There's a Ferris wheel. It reminds me of a giant eye staring down. Get inside us at the merry-go-round to extreme mode and make her explode. I imagine we just need to buy time until our buddy Apis can delete the video. Have you been here before?
When I was younger, but not since it closed. Kawasaki is restricted, right? No one's supposed to be here.
Okay, so we're gonna have to learn what made this area restricted in order to solve this mystery.
Amusement park, Bloom Park, is located at the heart of the Kawasaki district.
And we know the Kawasaki district's been off limits for the past 8
It was
years.
closed 8 years ago. The closure was due to an accident at a nearby chemical plant.
Oh crap, I bet the Sonic Mania stream in chemical plant must have led to this.
An explosion caused massive amounts of chemical pollutants to contaminate the area. The government quickly issued evacuation orders. Eventually, the entire district was deemed unsafe for habitation and restricted. Therefore, Bloom Park was permanently closed.
But a restricted area doesn't mean much if there aren't enough officers to patrol it. There's still plenty of ways in. You can even get in by boat. Hell, some people ignore the evac order and are still living here.
Are they okay?
I don't know. But if anything happened to them, it'd be their own fault.
For better or worse, he does have a pretty good point. I mean, if they still want to live here, that's fine, but they pretty much have to accept whatever happens.
Are we safe?
We are, yeah. Decontamination for this area is basically done. The chemical concentration around here isn't high enough to hurt you.
Alright, so what I'm basically getting here is that... Why'd you make the jelly blue? It was all our fault. We'll have to find the syringe to make it green. Wait, green could also be poison. Well, balls. But yeah, what I'm getting here... Alright, so what Dade's saying here is that even though this area is restricted, that anyone could come in here by land or by boat without any trouble. Well, and since there's even people living here, it's not unusual for someone to be here. And no one's keeping tabs on the area, since even he doesn't know if they're doing alright or not. So basically, the suspect list could be basically anyone at the moment.
You could run a marathon here and be okay.
But it's still off limits, right?
Yes, legally. That keeps the media out, at least. I'm glad. It's quieter than it usually is.
The media can make things more frustrating than it has to be. What are you doing exactly?
I was trying to find some clues.
She's a natural detective, huh?
Mm-hmm. Mr. Date, was the body on top of this horse here?
Yeah, that's the one.
Seems like some kind of ritual murder to me. Maybe a religious cult sacrificing her to the devil or something.
It would be interesting if that was the case, but I imagine it was mostly just to send a message of some sort.
They conducted their ritual here, like shadowy, hooded figures, going around and around.
Well then again, given what happened in the Zero Escape series, it's not impossible there was some sort of cult activity.
Stabbing her one by one.
That's quite an imagination. But, do you have any proof?
I do.
Well, let's hear it.
Why do you think this was a... She said that's a nonchalantly. Yeah, I get the sense she's pretty much just trying to think of what would make this murder an interesting thing.
The horses. Horse? Sounds kind of like Horus, right?
What are you talking about?
You don't know Horus?
The Egyptian god?
Horus is the Egyptian god of the sky and sun. The right eye is the eye of Ra, and that's the sun. The left eye is the eye of Wadjet, and that one is the moon. It's the same idea behind the eye of Providence.
The Eye of Providence?
The all-seeing eye.
Ah, the Illuminati.
Oh, I see. Just like what's on the back of a $1 bill.
Yeah, exactly. The Eye of Providence is supposed to be the symbol of Freemasonry and the Illuminati. Starting to see the picture?
Not really.
Not really. Yeah, she's definitely trying to enjoy herself here.
I remember Ota describing the scene. He said there was
My
an
favorite
ice pick
Beyblade.
stabbed into the corpse's left eye
Oh
socket.
yeah, I remember. And of course, we can't bring up Beyblade without mentioning Moses parting the Red Sea by using the Beyblade. Okay, he's a conspiracy theorist.
Horus? Providence? Left eye? There has to be some kind of meaning to this.
Wait, what did you just say?
Yeah, she's a conspiracy theorist, but she just gave us a very important piece of information. When we found Mizuki, she was holding the thing... She was holding the ice pick in her hand, but if Oda saw the ice pick in the eye, that's an important detail we did not have
What?
before.
The ice pick was inside the victim's left eye socket?
Yeah?
Ota told you that? He's sure that's what he saw.
Yeah. Why?
When we arrived at the scene, the ice pick was not in the victim's eye socket.
Okay, so my original standing theory was true. Well, Mizuki was probably scared of whoever the murder was and grabbed the weapon in hopes of defending herself if the worst came to worst. And that's why she grabbed it. It was probably not smart of her to do that, but when if you think a murderer is nearby, or you aren't sure but are worried that's the case, you're going to grab whatever kind of weapon you can, and in this case, the best way to defend herself was to grab the murder weapon and try and use it against the would-be murderer. The ice pick melted.
If Ota's telling the truth.
He would have no reason to lie about such a detail.
Alright. Yeah, she was scared for her life, so she grabbed it to protect herself. Alright, so the good news is we made good progress here. We found out that Mizuki has to... might as well see what she has to say here.
Hey, Iris, I don't know what you're trying to accomplish here, but you're wasting your time.
What do you mean?
The cops already scoured the place. They didn't find any leads, not a single clue. If they had, they would have notified Iba.
Iba?
My partner.
Your partner? I don't see anybody.
She's right in front of your eyes.
Or is she in front of my eyes? corpse is tied up here. Wait a second.
Can you show me the earliest recorded images of the scene of the crime?
What is your intention?
Shoko's cause of death was blood loss from multiple stab wounds with the ice pick. Naturally, there should be plenty of blood.
Agreed.
But there isn't a single drop on the horse.
Okay, so this is another important clue. This means that she was murdered somewhere else and then posed on the horse. So, I had an inkling that was the case, but I didn't really have anything to prove it. So yeah, she was not murdered on the horse. She was murdered somewhere else, then brought to the horse.
It was like this when we found it.
Correct. There are no signs of blood being wiped or washed off, either.
That must mean...
Yeah, she was murdered from somewhere else and brought over there. We should go.
Oh, come on! Just a little longer.
The horse is liquid proof. That would be a very
No.
impressive horse.
I'm already in enough trouble bringing a civilian in here.
Okay, I guess.
Come on, I catch as much slack as I possibly could.
Hey, you alright? Are you okay?
Morning sickness.
What?
Morning sickness, is she...
I'm kidding.
Oh.
It's not like I would know.
Get on. I'll give you a ride home.
Yes.
The horse is like the waterproof shoes and it just slid off.
Just wondering, but how much do you weigh?
Don't you know it's rude to ask a lady that?
105 pounds.
I see. 105, huh?
You can tell just by lifting me?
Yeah.
Your back is so warm, Mr. Date.
Date, full dad mode. Activate. That could be a very different ride considering she's legal. Like I said, Dade is too far into dad mode right now to worry about something like that, though he does seem to be interested in that receptionist that he keeps commenting on the chest size of. How you feeling?
Oh, horrible.
Shame.
Oh, you should worry about me more.
Yeah,
Looks
I think
like you're feeling better now.
Maybe I'm just acting.
Yeah, I don't think so.
What if I threw up right here?
I would put it right back where it came from.
Ew, that makes me actually want to throw up.
Date hit a car. Open a passenger window.
Wait, seriously?
No, but I am kind of warm.
The current temperature is 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Humidity 60%.
Now, given this was a Japanese game, I'm pretty sure they have this in Celsius first and converted to Fahrenheit. But, oh, gross, Cavey.
It is unlikely that heat would be a factor.
Hey, Date, they say when you stick your hand out of a car going 100, you get a rush like you're holding D cups.
Hey, watch it. You'll get your arm ripped off.
Yeah, it is extremely dangerous to have anything out the window at this speed. Yeah, like, if you ever have a dog and you start going down the highway, they'll put their heads in once you start reaching a certain speed, and they won't put their heads out anymore. Even if the door is open, even if the window is open, they won't do it because they know it's too dangerous to have their heads out like that.
Relax, I'm invincible. My arm regenerates like an alien's.
Didn't you tell me that you're gonna die soon?
It feels strange.
Your hand?
No, not that. It feels like I've met you before.
Well, that's nice.
But if you don't get your damn hand back in this car right now...
Okay, okay. The wind feels nice.
Well, Kip sounds extremely specific. I think she was saying that just to mess with him, but... Alright, Saturday, 3 p.m. So.
You should come in.
No, that's alright. I'm gonna head home.
Boo, going home
Wait a
already?
minute, does that look familiar to you? because it looks familiar to me. So I'm pretty confident this is the apartment we were in for the dream. Wait. Looks like an house.
Oh,
Yeah, it does.
who is this, Iris?
I felt my body freeze because that woman, she's the same one who was murdered in the dream. That's interesting. Did we get a vision of the future then in that dream? No, it can't be. It felt like my mind and body were being torn opposite directions. As I stood there, stunned, Iris grabbed my hand.
Come on, I'll make some tea.
You're
Nice to meet you. I'm Iris's mother, Hitomi.
Miss Hitomi.
And you are?
Kaname Date from the MPD.
Police? Are you a detective?
No, Mom. Mr. Date said he's...
Iris?
Oh, right. It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
An awkward silence, Iris brought us some tea. After an awkward silence, Iris brought us some tea in the tray. She put everything down on the table and sat on the sofa. This is definitely a nice house, but dang. Picture. Oh, there's a drawing on the wall. I wonder if Iris drew this when she was younger. Plot twist, she drew it yesterday. She's just not very good at artwork. Like that from Futurama. A kid's drawing by Philip J. Fry, except it was when he was 25. Now, this looks suspicious. I think this is supposed to be the guy who, actually, looks like they're all covered in mud of some sort. Or is it yellow? Actually, it's brown and yellow, so...
The flower.
It's an iris.
Date, drink some tea like Neko from GTA 4, or in that one mission.
An iris? I thought those bloom in May.
That's the winter iris. Iris ungicularis. They bloom in the cold.
Yeah, that's exactly the same one from the dream, the one we even kicked around.
They bloomed just this morning.
I see.
In the language of flowers, the iris means good news and hope. When I saw the flowers this morning, I just knew something good would happen.
Date,
Refrigerator.
a riddle. How do you put a giraffe in a refrigerator?
What?
The solution is this. You open the door, put the giraffe in, and close the door.
What kind of a riddle is that?
Another riddle. How do you put an elephant in the refrigerator?
Isn't it the same answer? Open the door, put it in.
Incorrect. The giraffe is already inside.
Yeah, I get that
You
one.
must remove the giraffe before you put the elephant inside. That is the solution.
Your riddles could use some work.
Mm.
Iva,
Microwave.
let me know if you're cold. I'll pop you in there and warm you up.
I would suggest putting your heart in there first.
I can't see from here. There's probably a sink and stove on the other side. About Renju.
By the way, I heard that you were friends with the president of Lemniscate, Mr. Okiura.
Renju was my classmate at Eitoku High. We've known each other for 20 years now.
Eitoku High.
You know it?
I know everything on the internet.
Mr. Date, please drink your tea. It's getting cold.
Oh, right.
We haven't even touched our cups.
Ibo, what are these?
Well then, let's have a sip.
Are you left-handed?
Oh,
Mom used to be right-handed, but now...
She must have got... Okay, so she's gotten an injury is what I'm getting.
Locked up on me.
Ah, I see.
Steam is rising from the tea. Another bot. Let me just fix that. There we are. Alright, let's see here. You're doing well now?
Yeah, thanks to you, I feel as tough as a lion. Rawr!
How am I supposed to react to that?
Don't think about it. You'll only hurt yourself.
Let's go with the
Since I was
practical
born.
question.
And Mom was living here before that.
I grew up in this house. I've made a lot of memories here.
I guess it makes sense. It'd be
I
hard to
thought
leave.
about moving before, but I just couldn't bring myself to leave this place.
Was that one of those One Famous spots? Yes, it was. KV, don't worry. You didn't miss anything important.
Why were you considering moving?
Well, because there was... well, I don't know.
Huh?
Where do you work?
I'm a teacher at the local elementary school.
A teacher. Must be a tough job.
Oh, not for me. I love children. Even the struggles and challenges are quite rewarding for me.
Well, hopefully you're not one like Elena from Spiritfarer.
You think so?
Yeah,
I was just thinking about a hunch I had this morning.
a hunch.
There are flowers blooming behind me, right?
There are, yeah? What about them?
Do you know Renju's ex-wife?
Yes, I do. But I only met her twice. Once at Renju's wedding, and then again just a few months ago. Why do you ask?
No reason.
Okay, yeah, we're not releasing to anyone who the victim was exactly. I guess I should ask this.
I'm 37.
Dang, you look pretty good for
And
37.
Miss Iris here is 18?
Yup.
You were very young when you had her.
Yes,
I was about to say.
just 19 years old.
What about your husband?
I don't have one.
Divorce?
Mr. Date, please.
It's all right, Iris. I've never been married.
A single mother.
Yes.
Ooh, that's rough. How about the flowers? I was just hearing something about the flowers blooming behind her. A winter iris. So this entire room in a dream last night.
Date?
No, that's nothing.
Ceiling fan. It's spinning. It is? Oh yeah, it is. Light. It's for lighting. You can see the trees and sky. A lot of dishes in there. There's a door in the back of the room. Guess
Well,
it's time to leave.
I think it's time for me to be heading home.
I stood and headed for the door. Iris and Tomi stood politely.
Mr. Date, we'll see each other again, right?
You sure you want that? I'm a cop after all. If you ever see me again, it probably won't be under the best of circumstances.
Oh,
But because you're Mizuki's friend, yeah, we might see each other again.
Dude, it feels sunny, but then I realize it's just my wall sun. It's snowing outside. It's been snowing a bit where I live too. Not too heavily, but enough I do have to be careful on the roads. Luckily, I'm not
She
doing
is
too
kinda
much
like a
driving
roommate
these days.
after all.
what?
Anyway, be seeing you.
Wait, what? I like how you just casually dropped that.
Excuse me. Well, I should head home.
All right. Take care, Date.
Pretty good amount of snow outside. think this, I'm pretty sure the
Date,
snow here
let's
won't
go over
clear
the
up until
facts of the
around
case.
March or April. It doesn't snow too often here, but when it does, it can stick around a while.
Good idea. Hi, my name is Kaname Date. Nice
Let
to
me
meet
introduce
you.
myself.
What? Date? I have the same name. What a coincidence.
Perhaps he's had too much meditation.
Alright, let's get down to business about the bloodstains.
When we arrived on the scene, there was no blood on the horse the body was mounted upon.
Which means the merry-go-round wasn't the murder scene.
Precisely.
Shoko was killed somewhere else and then brought there to be displayed. That means Mizuki couldn't have done it. She's 12. She can't move a body or drive a car.
Were you considering her a suspect?
That's part of the job, if there's even the slightest possibility.
Then this is good news. It means the likelihood of Mizuki being the killer is almost zero.
I knew that from the start. She would never put her hands on her own mother. She doesn't
Like, came
have
with
what
yourself.
it takes to commit murder.
Alright, let's see if what that does.
Hey, me? Want to play a game? Sure, let's play I Spy. I spy something round. My eyeball. Correct. I win.
I will terminate you.
I will terminate you. I will terminate you. About Shoko's corpse.
The estimated time of death is yesterday, Friday, around 5 p.m. The cause of death is blood loss from multiple stab wounds to the torso. The weapon used to commit the murder is almost certainly the ice pick Mizuki was holding when we discovered her.
But we now know that it's impossible for her to have actually been the murderer because... and instead, it's more likely that she grabbed it to try and defend herself after the murderer appeared, or she had reason to believe the murderer was nearby.
There were no fingerprints, hair, or other clues left behind by the culprit.
There's Mizuki in the column.
Perhaps she was playing hide and seek.
With how scared she was, that
Hide and
seems
seek.
highly unlikely.
It was not a serious suggestion.
Okay,
I was
yeah.
merely joking, as you call it. The corpse was found tied up on one of the horses. This makes it clear that the killer had no intention of hiding their crime. Rather, it appears as though it was displayed deliberately.
Our perp wants the limelight.
Or is attempting to send some kind of message.
Probably hiding from the killer or something. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking she was in there for.
The corpse was found with her left eye removed. That eyeball has yet to be found. According to Iris's testimony, when Ota first discovered the body, the ice pick was still lodged in the left eye socket.
So why did Mizuki have the ice pick? Could she have taken the eye?
Alright, let's start from the beginning and go with the timeline events.
Aiba, can you give me a timeline of the events of the crime?
At once.
Timeline events.
I wonder who sent that Nile message to Mizuki.
Around 5 p.m. is Shoko's time of death. At some point between then and 8:10, she receives a Nile message, unknown sender, request to come to Bloom Park. Mizuki calls Oda at 8:10, asks him to accompany her. Mizuki and Oda discover Shoko's corpse at 9. Oda leaves and flees the crime scene. Oda reports the crime via payphone around 9:05. 9:30, first responders arrive on the scene, discover the corpse. Date arrives on the scene at around 10:50. 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's about a 3-hour gap in which basically anything could have happened. That's not too long of a time, but that's a short time frame as far as moving a body goes, because they have to, remember, they have to heave the body around, they have to dress it up on that merry-go-round for either to show off or to send a message, and then potentially send the message to Mizuki and Oda. No, just Mizuki. So that's 3 hours unaccounted for, and that's That's a decent amount of time, but not a generous amount of time.
Probably the culprit themselves.
But Mizuki wouldn't obey the instructions of a complete stranger.
Yeah, that is important.
Then Mizuki knew the sender.
That's what I'm thinking.
Or the suspect used her friend's phone.
Aiba, can you hack into the phone and find out who sent the Nile message?
Nile's security protocols are intricate. It will take time to decipher.
Guess that would be a bit too easy. Anything on your mind?
Yes, as a matter of fact. I checked the surveillance cameras around Bloom Park again, and I noticed something strange.
Something strange?
There were no cars. Yesterday, in the parking lot and the streets in the vicinity, there was not a single vehicle.
So the killer didn't transport her body with a vehicle. They had to do it entirely with physical strength. So whoever it is, they have to be physically strong. This means it was highly likely to be a male murderer, although it could be a sufficiently strong woman as well.
Are you sure?
It's like someone from Sakura or from Danganronpa could have done it, but not someone like Chiaki, for example.
I am.
Then, how did the suspect move the corpse?
I have no idea.
Yeah, assuming they did it with just their raw strength, they would need to be someone in very good shape.
Welcome back. I brought her here after her examination was over.
Mizuki. Has she said anything?
No, still can't talk.
Was it okay for you to bring her here?
I got permission from the hospital. Apparently, the hospital director has been poking a few of the nurses. So I asked him about that, and all of a sudden he seemed very open to the idea.
Well, gotta do what you gotta do, I suppose.
That's not permission, it's blackmail.
Same thing. You know what you
I
need to
think.
do now, right? Sync with her.
Yeah, I figured we were about due for another dream sequence. Alright, so we're gonna go into her dream and try and recreate what happened, I think. And that's how we're gonna figure this out. Oh, hey, it's Pewter. Oh, I'm in control again. Sorry, I thought this was cutscene. You sure this is okay? I mean,
She's only 12. You sure this is okay?
The machine is safe. I can guarantee that. You have nothing to worry about.
About Aiba.
Hey, Pewter? About Aiba. Could you do something about her personality?
Do something about it?
It wouldn't kill her to be more modest. Maybe a little more ladylike?
If you dare reprogram me, I will self-destruct in your eye socket.
So you were listening, huh?
Self-destruct. Any progress in the investigation?
You're asking me that now? I'm asking you to sync with Mizuki because we have no progress.
Figures that was the case, but you know, gotta cover my bases and all that.
Maybe Mizuki saw something at the scene. Maybe she went inside that merry-go-round to hide. But she isn't answering any questions. The only way to find out is to dive into her subconscious mind. Don't you agree?
Sure you want to do this?
If we don't do it now, then when? This is exactly the kind of situation Abyss was founded for. Besides,
sense.
if you dive into Mizuki's subconscious, you may be able to help her.
True, if we can help her fight her inner demons, that might make this easier.
Her
Or trauma.
aphonia is psychogenic. Physically, she's fine. Her injuries are mental.
Yeah, that's precisely what I was thinking. Since we're going into her mind anyway, we might be able to fight the mental block that's harming her.
Is understandable after seeing her mother like that. You may be able to heal her, Date. You just have to sync with her.
Peace sync.
You're the only one who can.
Renju Okiura is Mizuki's legal guardian. Did you get permission from him?
I couldn't get in touch with him.
What? I thought he was being questioned by a local unit.
His questioning ended around noon. He hasn't been heard from since.
Something's going on with
Why
him
would
for
he-
sure. He seems like too obvious of a suspect for the murder, but I'm not going to write him off entirely. That said, at the very least, I'm willing to wager he at least knows more than he's telling us.
I don't know.
Boss is watching Mizuki through the glass. How's Mizuki doing?
Her vitals are stable. Her EEG is also stable. I think we can proceed.
Maybe I could try talking to her? She can't hear me from there. There's an enormous machine. The machine's known as P-Sync. Monitor on. Strange strings of characters and figures scroll across the monitor. Binder full of papers. Looks like the manual. Examining the chair. I always thought maybe examining the chair would have some unique dialogue after doing it too many times, like in 5 Days a Stranger, where if you examine the door over and over again, the protagonist starts berating the player for examining, you know, an object, a mundane object like that so much. That's Pewter. His real name is Amanoma, but he goes by Pewter here. 36 years old, he's a member of Abus, like me. He's a genius engineer that designed the P-Sync system and other machines. He also invented Aba. He's your caretaker, in a way. So he's Aba's father. Door of the P-Sync room. Opened it up. It's completely packed with books. Huh. They're all homoerotic BL manga and gay romance novels. Interesting, Pewter, interesting. Metal shelf. Pewter, I'm pretty sure... Pewter, I'm not sure you should be taking your personal stuff up into the office like this, but I'll overlook it for you. For as long as this was right. There's nothing on this particular monitor. Monitor on, monitor off. Are you ready? Right now he's operating.
We are ready to begin.
Date, go to the sync room.
Got it.
Here we go. Time for the next dream sequence.
Agent Date, Mizuki is reacting. Her heart rate is rising and her brainwaves are showing signs of disturbance. She may be getting nervous about the procedure.
Date, try to calm her down.
How do I do that?
It's true that she can't speak to you, but she can hear you. Try talking with her.
Sure thing, boss.
Alright. So, first things first, it's gonna go with what's gonna
I'm
happen.
gonna be inside your head. I'll be looking for clues about the culprit.
Not only that, we will also attempt to discover the cause of Mizuki's muteness and rectify it. With her aphonia cured, we can ask her further questions directly.
Now, let's tell her about Abus.
Mizuki, I've never told you this, but I'm not an ordinary policeman. I belong to a special investigation unit called Abyss, Advanced Brain Investigation Squad. We explore the human mind with state-of-the-art technology and research.
That is our purpose.
There are a billion kinds of suspects and persons of interest out there. People that lie, people that don't say anything, people that have head injuries, or some that have deep mental wounds that keep them from talking. So, how do we get clues from these people? We have to get inside their heads. The truth is in their minds. Our job is to find it.
Yeah, you can hide your conscious mind, but you can't hide your subconscious nearly as easily.
I know it looks scary, but trust me, there's nothing to be afraid of. There's no pain, no side effects. When this is all over, you'll go back to your regular life like this never happened. Sinking is what we call diving into someone's subconscious mind. You sink deep down into their psyches, and you synchronize with their true selves. People like me are called sinkers. Sinkers enter the subject's subconscious, which is a dreamlike state we call somnium. It's Latin for dream. There are 6 sinkers at Abyss. I'm one of them.
Now, 6 being seems oddly specific. Are we going to learn about any of the others, or...
Hey, Mizuki. When this is all over, what should I say?
Oh, I get it. It's trying to remember if I remember what she likes. I don't think I remember, unfortunately. What's Unagi? I genuinely have no idea. Let me check here. Unagi. Apparently it's a Japanese word for freshwater eel. Unagi is a common ingredient in Japanese cooking, such as a kabayaki. Alright, so yeah, it's a freshwater eel that's used in a lot of Japanese cooking. I don't remember any of this. Alright, that's interesting. This is the first time the game has asked me to choose a response to the question. The first playthrough of a game like this is always interesting because I get to learn exactly... I don't know if there's gonna be any path splits or if it's gonna be linear in nature. Like, the Zero Escape games, strictly speaking, there's a lot of different paths and stuff. But for Danganronpa, that's very linear. There's only really one storyline I go through, and it's not always clear which direction the game goes when you're starting one fresh like this, especially since I tried to go out of my way to avoid spoiling too much for this one.
I know you only like the natto, egg, and cucumber rolls, but we can go get some sushi. I'll eat the good ones.
Are you teasing her?
No, seriously, she loves the ginger.
Date, her heart rate is steadying. EEG is stable.
Excellent.
Date, get into position. Let's begin.
Oh, and Special Agent, I forgot to mention one thing. I added a new feature to the sync system.
A new feature?
You'll learn more when you're synced. It's very useful.
Sure, got it.
Here we go.
Date, you ready?
Okay, ready anytime.
Remember, Date, you have only 6 minutes in the Somnium world. Any longer, and your consciousness will be absorbed by the subjects.
Yeah, I know. I'll find a lead and get out in under 6 minutes.
Alright, so I gotta move quick. I'll find out soon if...
Then, let's begin.
Here we go. Alright, here we go. Oh, Ava looks a little different this time. A bit more of an orange and yellow look than her last time where she was mostly red. Yeah, red and white.
What was that?
Nothing. I was merely trying to enter the scene like a cybernetic assassin from the future.
Oh, I see. So she appeared in the Terminator style because she felt like it, not because she actually had to be in that
Well,
pose
if you're
for
trying
it.
to do that, you have to do it naked. Is this Bloom Park?
Okay.
Lightning and a birdcage. Maybe this is representative of Mizuki's state of mind.
Ah, so it's acting like a Faraday cage.
The fact that Shoko was killed here must weigh heavily on Mizuki's heart.
Mizuki should be inside that column.
To get the information we need, we will have to deal with the lightning and the cage and get to Mizuki.
Move fast, or time is going to run out.
Unnecessary. Look around.
Look around?
This is the new feature of sync that Pewter mentioned.
You can stop time?
Only when standing still. Time is moving incredibly slowly. Currently, you and I are transmitting information at high speed.
Okay, so basically it's like super hot, where I'm only moving as when I'm actually doing
it only
something.
appears as though time has stopped. Are you familiar with the concept of time dilation?
It has to do with relativity, right? Two people can experience time differently depending on space-time.
This is similar to that. The flow of time in Somnium is different than the real world.
This could be useful. You can only stay in Somnium for 6 minutes, right? But with this, you could take your time and explore.
Let's get started. Somnium scan! Activate!
Mental lock number 1, the cage itself, I imagine. No, mental lock 1 is the lightning, mental lock 2 is the cage. And mental lock 3, the column itself. Heal Mizuki's heart. She's mute. By healing her mental runes, you may be able to get important info.
To reach Mizuki, something must be done about the lightning that keeps striking the birdcage.
Lightning's supposed to strike at the highest point.
An ice pick piercing Shoko's photograph.
Aiba, the speaker over there. It's shaking.
I see. It must be connected to the ice pick.
What do we do here?
Healing Mizuki should be your top priority.
I know.
There's a 6-minute time limit. Time expended whenever she's moving or performing an action. Pay attention to the remaining time left. Unlock within the 360-second limit.
An ice pick stabbed into Shoko's photograph. Right. No one would want to see their mother like this.
Oh, I think we found our solution, haven't we?
It keeps going. What is this?
A way to track the lightning is something else, I say.
Something happened over there.
Mental lock 1 complete. We've gotten rid of the lightning. Redirected lightning with a lightning rod. Excellent.
The pillar became a lightning rod.
It looks like we can get to the birdcage now.
Our next step must be to remove it. Date, we got a timing.
A timey?
Time induction matter in encephalon. You can think of it as an item that affects the flow of time. Using this, you can slow down or speed up time in Somnium.
Is this another function Pewter added?
Correct.
Not sure what
Sounds
speeding
like
up.
a dream.
Well, we might need to speed it up if something is time sensitive.
It is a dream. And because it is a dream, extraordinary things such as this are possible.
Got it. Guess I'll try to use them where I can.
Timings affect time. You will sometimes attain them. They only affect time when taken and perform an action. You're only able to hold up to 3, picking up time to expend after 1 use, but use them as often as you can.
This appears to be the microphone for the speaker.
Shout.
Stop it! Stop it already!
The control room of the merry-go-round lifted out of the ground.
Let's try and open it.
What is your plan once I am inside?
It is a control room. Maybe we can do something in there.
I do not think it will be that easy.
Just try it.
Oh my.
I didn't expect to see this inside.
Dang it, the control room was a pocket dimension this entire time.
I do not see an exit either.
But there's something suspicious here.
I see 2 bird cages.
Looks like there's something inside them. Take a look.
A bird cage. There are ripped pieces of paper inside.
Peek inside.
Let's see.
What is it?
It looks like a picture of something.
Picture?
A bird cage with blown up rubbers inside. There is also a deflated rubber on the floor.
Balloons.
Could you please not call it a rubber? You can say balloon.
I do not understand. It is clearly rubber.
Please.
There are a number of balloons inside.
Looks like they'd fly away if you lifted the cage.
What would that accomplish?
I don't know. Dream worlds are unpredictable. Cause and effect are screwed up here.
It might free her, but
A bird cage.
I think the right cage is the better cage.
There are ripped pieces of paper inside.
Agent Date, you've got 5 minutes.
A, remove the birdcage. B, blow the birdcage away.
A bird cage. There are balloons inside.
Is it really going to be that big of a difference, Copen? And I was thinking I might just open the other one to try and put the photo back together, but...
I'll send it flying. I think you've had enough.
You don't always have your true strength in dreams, I guess.
A bird cage. There are balloons. This'll be easy.
Glad to hear it.
What? But it was so heavy.
Redirected the light and blew away the cage.
Nothing happened.
Oh? What is this?
A deflated balloon.
Retry will turn to a save point after unlocking a lock, but you only have 3 retries.
A deflated rubber.
I
Agent
told you,
Date,
please
you've
call it
got
a
4
balloon.
minutes.
What are you getting so worked up? Understood.
Maybe we can inflate it so it can fly away with the others. Why would you eat it? I don't know. You can do a lot of really weird options with your AI partner
Wish
here.
your boobs were that big.
Are you serious? Those are obscenely large for a human. Well, I suppose I am not technically human.
So...
Date, please, be quiet.
Well, what's important is this balloon is also free now. I've seen ones that big. Yeah, some styles make them huge. Able to get out?
Perhaps the balloon was the key.
I remember now, a story I heard from Mizuki a while back. One time when she was a little girl, Shoko brought her a balloon. It was one nice helium ones. But the string slipped through her hand. The balloon sailed to the sky. She snapped. She scolded Mizuki for hours. Maybe that's why. She put the balloons inside the bird cage. That way they could never fly away again. Because Abe and I made her really
All right, now that the bird cage is off, let's get Mizuki.
Do you not see the horses spinning at hurricane speeds?
If you stop time, you can go in, right?
But I cannot stop time while I'm moving.
Oh, right. Guess we gotta figure out how to stop it from spinning.
Select a map icon, look at the current Somnium word. It can look at the objects you investigated. If you're lost and want to save time, try checking the map. Alright. That's probably the leave, so... Stop Mizuki's tears. Parasol.
The parasol is spinning freely.
We'll stop it here then.
Leave it to me. Oh, it's hot. I do not think force is the answer here. The parasol is spinning.
Breathe on it.
Think of it like a girl's skirt.
Silence, Date.
Ever think of doing a meme run of this? I could probably do at least half of them being meme ones and still have them work.
Wow.
What is this?
Merry-go-rounds can fly?
Date, over there.
She was left behind.
Iris. Why? Why is Iris...
She appears to be frozen.
What the hell is going on? What is this?
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! Why do you never keep quiet? Is this fun for you? Giving your mother a hard time? That hurts! That hurts! Please stop! I'm sorry! Why are you here? I'm sorry! I'm sorry! If you weren't here, everything would be fine. I'm sorry! Apologizing means nothing! Say something! Don't make me into the bad guy! But... What's that look, huh? Ow! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! It's all your fault. You! I wish you had never been born!
Mizuki's voice. The other voice is likely...
Damn. What's going on here? Aiba, look out!
What?
Oh, it's coming back down. She got out of waiting time at least.
I was about to become a pancake.
Good thing this isn't a bed and breakfast.
That frozen iris does intrigue me. But Mizuki first.
Let's get to Mizuki while the merry-go-round is stopped.
You choose the correct answer in your final action, you can actually exceed the time limit. Even if it seems like you don't have a lot of time left, don't give up, you still might be able to do it. More than 1 second, you clear, you get a prize. No, boss, anything but that.
You have 3 minutes, Date.
A merry-go-round horse.
This is where the murder was, so let me think. Spank, ride, talk. Ride it, I guess, since it's a horse, after all. She's all smiling.
Is it fun?
Does it look fun?
You look cute like that.
Oh, I see. A merry-go-round. Excuse me, but do you happen to know the culprit? I see.
Did you learn something?
I did. Beyond...
Well?
This horse cannot speak English. It's Mizuki.
Speak kindly.
Mizuki, can you hear me? We will protect you, Mizuki. We will always be there for you. So, it's all right now.
Hey, do you think we can use that speaker? Maybe she needs to hear her mother's voice.
Mizuki. Mom loves you, Mizuki. I love you. I am so glad that you were born. So glad.
Looks like it's working. Time is stopping.
Hey, do you hear something?
It's a phone.
Is that a phone ringing?
Where's it coming from?
Date, don't! You can't stay any longer!
Stop Mizuki's tears. Awaken. Hailed Mizuki with Shoko's voice. Day 2, Mizuki A acquired. Alright, we completed the Dream World sequence. Day 2, Saturday.
Are you okay? Mizuki.
She's still pretty bothered, it seems.
She hasn't been healed. She's still traumatized.
Whatever happened, it hit her pretty hard. Even in her subconscious, it's locked tight.
Iba, call Iris's phone. It's urgent.
Why the rush?
Please, just call.
Hello?
This is Kaname Tate from the MPD. I met you earlier today.
Oh, Date. Is something wrong?
Where are you right now?
I'm at home.
Okay, don't go anywhere. Lock the door and stay at home.
Can you tell me why?
Who cares why? This is a direct order from the police.
You mean a personal order?
Okay, but if I do, will you play Shovel Forge with me tomorrow?
No.
Then go on a date with me.
A date?
If you promise me we'll go on a date, I'll stay home, and if you don't promise me, I'll wander around the city dragging a heavy suitcase.
All right.
Understood.
Great! Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Fine. Just don't go outside, okay? If anything happens, call
A
me
date with
immediately.
Date. Yeah.
My number is...
I have it in my history. See ya!
Ding.
What was that? A phone call?
It's nothing.
At the very least, we know someone else is also at risk, though we don't know to what extent.
Hey, Mizuki, tell me something. In your dream world, I heard a phone ring. Did you hear that somewhere, or did you just imagine it?
Date, there's no point talking to her. You couldn't heal her. Her symptoms haven't improved. She'll be sent back to the hospital. Maybe the doctors can help her.
Som in Romanian means sleep. Oh, that's neat. And it would make sense since Somnium Files is about finding the truth through these dreams.
Mizuki, I saw something strange in your dream. Iris. She was frozen. She was dead. What was that? Tell me, Mizuki, please.
Date, there is no point attempting to speak with her. Mizuki's aphonia has not healed.
Mizuki, You got a
To
Nile
ask.
message yesterday, and then you went to Bloom Park. Who sent you the message?
I checked her phone, but the history was wiped.
So whoever it was got their hands on her phone, basically.
I am trying to identify the sender now, but it will take some time.
Mizuki, when we found you at the merry-go-round, you were holding the ice pick. I'm not accusing you of anything. I trust you. I just want to know why you were holding it.
I'm still going with my original theory that she either saw the murderer or thought the murderer was still around, so she grabbed it out of desperation and hid.
Answer me, Mizuki.
Date, please. Yelling at her is counterproductive.
Damn it.
Boss. Bothering till I heard
Boss,
Somnium.
I heard a ringtone in Mizuki's Somnium.
I know. But I couldn't tell where it was coming from.
Yeah. I don't even know if it's real or something Mizuki invented. But if Mizuki really did hear that ringtone...
Then there must have been a phone somewhere on site.
Did CSI report anything like that?
No, they searched the site, but didn't find a single thing.
So whoever it was took it with them.
No need to report specifics. We saw it all from here on the control room. What the Sinker sees in Somnium is projected here, remember? We've got it all recorded.
Isn't it incredible? I invented it.
Well, Pewter is certainly a genius to have made a device like this. I mean, even if we weren't able to heal her, we still gleaned a lot of information where we previously had none.
So we know about everything you saw. The phone, the frozen corpse.
That's good. Even prophetic dreams.
Where is this coming from? Oh, I see. This is about the body you saw in Mizuki's Somnium.
Precisely.
Her name is Iris Sagan, the girl you went to Bloom Park with today.
How do you know that?
Iba told me.
It is one of my duties to deliver regular investigation reports.
Well, that saved us time, at least.
It didn't go well. But it's not all bad. The sink wasn't a total waste of time. We found clues.
Clues. Right.
Prophecies, huh? That's why you called Iris. But, Date, come on.
I know, a dream is just a dream. Doesn't necessarily have anything to do with reality, but still, I just have this gut feeling.
Date, are you alright?
Because not only did we see Iris herself murdered there, we also remember that her mother was stabbed to death in his dream. But the thing is, why his?
Perhaps the sink is causing negative side effects.
I hope that's all it is.
So basically, we're getting implications there that Iris and her mother are about to get offed by some asshole, and we need to stop that before it happens. She looks drained like an abandoned doll. You have anything to say?
In a normal dream, the person experiencing the dream cannot remove themselves from it. Dreams are first-person experiences. However, the circumstances are slightly different during a sink. The sinker dives into the subject's mind and experiences their subconscious thoughts. But this dream is experienced as an observer, as though you were watching a play. The subject is the author, director, and actor. The sinker is merely the audience.
Anthropomorphic Iba better have at least 2 things made about her. Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a Rule 34 of her to begin long ago. A metal shelf. Darn, I was hoping you would point it out again. About the ringtone I heard.
I know about the ringtone you heard.
But I couldn't tell where it was coming from.
Did Mizuki actually hear that? Or was it just a dream? Or her imagination?
That's what I'm trying to find out. Can you analyze the sound or something?
Unfortunately not.
Disappointing, but given he already made up great steps by making this device, I guess we don't have to worry about too much.
Ah, the corpse you saw in Somnium. You're wondering if that was some kind of vision of the future.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, let's see. As a man of science, I don't believe in such things.
Yeah, there's stuff. I wouldn't be surprised.
Prophecies and the like. However, if it was a prophecy, I would suggest the girl wears some kind of metal plate.
Huh?
You saw her. She was stabbed countless times in the back. She could have used some stab-proof armor or something. Just indulging in the fantasy of real-life prophecies.
Even though she's an eye bear. Indeed.
Don't mind me. Anyway, prophecies are simply not possible.
True.
You see?
Mizuki. Alright, summarize for me, Pewter.
I think I'll go to Bloom Park again.
Looking for the phone?
It might be there, it might not. I just want to be sure. Take care of Mizuki, okay?
Yeah. Leave it to me.
Now the news. Yesterday night, the body of Shoko Nadami was found. Her body was recovered from the now-defunct Bloom Park in the Kawasaki district. Autopsy reports revealed that her time of death was roughly 5 p.m. last afternoon. Police have determined that the victim was killed elsewhere and then brought to Bloom Park to be put on display.
This absolutely rules out Mizuki as the killer, since there's no way she'd have the strength to do that, especially since we confirmed there were no cars in the area.
The MPD has expanded the scope of their investigation and are encouraging anyone with any information to come forward. In other news, at 6:10 p.m. today, on the outer circle of the Capital City Highway in Minato District, Tokyo, a traffic collision occurred involving 5 cars and at least 1 truck. As a result of the pileup, 1 man was sent to the hospital unconscious in critical condition. 6 other individuals were treated for minor injuries. MPD has arrested the driver of the truck suspected to be the cause of the accident for negligence.
Okay, then wouldn't bring this stuff up if on the radio if it wasn't relevant to the story.
Is ongoing.
So these are definitely tied to the main story in some fashion. Only question is how. Bloom Park, 8:13 p.m. AI site. Scream boldly, Warner.
Excuse me, miss, but you shouldn't be here. This is private property. Wait. Your body is transparent? Wait. Are you a ghost?
Idiot. It's
Idiot.
me.
Who you? Me?
It's me.
Whom?
I said me.
But are you a ghost?
I'm not a ghost.
I like the chemistry between these two characters.
Then Aiba? But why?
I just thought I would project myself. You seem lonely.
How are you doing this?
I am overlaying the image your left eye processes with augmented reality. You can't see me through your right eye, only your left.
You can't just pop into my eyeball without permission.
You do realize I do that all the time, right?
How do you appear in Somnium?
I am connected to your brain via artificial nerve. I am part of your working brain. Our minds are one. During the sync, when the data that constitutes your ego is transferred, some of my main programming is also transferred. That is why I appear in Somnium. Do I even need to explain this sort of thing to you? I have experienced syncing many times with you, although it is true that I have never appeared to you in this form.
About the ringtone we heard.
It was somewhere around here, right? Where I heard the phone ring.
Affirmative.
The source can't be far. The phone must be nearby.
I do not know if it actually exists. Dreams consist of memories. But that does not mean that they perfectly mirror reality. In fact, it is more common that what occurs in dreams is distorted. For example, the events witnessed in the last Somnium were absurd, exaggerated, or otherwise warped. Clearly, they do not represent exactly what happened in reality. The ringtone as well.
Mizuki didn't necessarily hear it. I understand that. But it's our only lead.
Oh, I can ask her to...
Come to think of it, you look kind of like you do when you're in Somnium. What's that about?
What do you mean?
Well, you don't usually look like that. You have a Somnium form and another form.
Oh, this?
Yes, that.
A bear look like...
Why are you doing this now?
I was bored last night, so...
Huh?
I thought you would like it.
Why would I like it?
Well, I did attempt to shape myself to your preference.
If you could do that, change it. Be Reika from Tiefblau.
I will not.
I will not.
Why not?
Because I won't.
It's a metal pole. Ooh, Hot Aiba's back, indeed. Column. Last night she was found in that column. Why was she in there? I'm still going with my working theory that she was in there to hide from the murder, or that she thought the murder was there, so she grabbed the ice pick and hid in there at desperation.
As I mentioned earlier, I cannot say for certain if there was a phone here. However, if there is, it must be well hidden. CSI has already searched the area thoroughly, but they did not discover anything.
Well hidden, huh?
So it can't be
Maybe
a
a place you can't see with the naked eye.
Ah, in that case, it's a good thing I have a cyborg eye. Of course. X-ray. Mysterious
Look at
object.
It appears to be a smartphone.
I knew
it was
in the horse.
Don't lie. You doubted me.
So how do I get it out?
I cannot find any weaknesses or seams in the horse's body. The horse's neck does not detach either.
Well, that raised the question how they got in there to begin with, then.
Some hole or something.
I found one.
Where?
The mouth of the horse. I might be able to fit inside. One moment.
I got it!
Yes. Good job, Aiba.
Alright, that looks like we might have finally gotten what we needed here. Clue list. Smartphone.
Aiba, who owned this phone? The number is...
I told Aiba the number. The results came back very quickly.
This is a rental phone.
A rental?
The owner is unknown. It is registered under a false identity.
So whoever it was didn't want it to be found.
Come on.
I suppose it wouldn't be that easy, would it?
Look at the device history.
It's gone. No outgoing call history.
What about the incoming history?
Only one call, 9:02 p.m. yesterday.
That is, 9:02. That's basically shortly after the call gets sent in to the police.
Mizuki and Ota discovered the corpse at approximately 9 p.m.
Mizuki must have heard this phone.
That would connect to what we experienced in Somnium. Who is the caller?
Their name isn't displayed. The number isn't in their contacts. In fact, there are no contacts. No numbers at all.
Alright, so whoever got this phone got this rental phone and called it to get their attention. And that may have been what spooked everyone. The phone had no email addresses or browsing history as a clue either. Just one clue, the call at 902. I'd eyeball look up the number.
This number is also from a rental phone. No owner is registered.
Alright, so yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The killer put the rental phone in there to try and specifically to get their attention.
Oh.
What happened?
The battery died. The screen turned off.
Call the number I just gave you.
Iba, remember the number I just gave you?
Of course.
Call it.
It connected.
My name is Kaname Date. I'm with the Metropolitan Police Department.
Are you an idiot?
They hung up.
Oh, you think so? What kind of low IQ ignoramus calls a suspicious number and says they are from the police?
I couldn't help it. I wasn't ready. I just said the first thing that came into my head.
You told me to call.
I didn't think it would work.
Disappointing. There is no other word for it.
You're telling me.
You can call it again?
Iba, can you call it again? I'll be ready this time, I swear.
Are you sure?
Yeah, trust me.
The number you have dialed is no longer in service.
Damn, call deny.
Call deny?
Yeah, call denied.
Oh, the thing Reika from the Cabaret Club did to your number.
Damn, you remember that?
You remember that? Why was the phone in the horse? First things first.
Unknown, but it does appear to be deliberate. Did the culprit do this? Or did someone else? And for what specific purpose?
Alright, my guess is they probably put it in the horse and called at that exact moment to get some attention going. Who's the person we called?
Probably someone involved in the incident. They hung up as soon as they heard you mention the police, then refused further incoming calls. That behavior is at the very least suspicious. Near 3rd Street, Shinjuku.
That's a wide range. Can you tell if they called from a smartphone?
They did. I can tell from the number.
Does it have GPS?
The phone is likely capable of that function, but it has been disabled. The power also appears to be off. I cannot connect from any line because you blew it.
Horse from the merry-go-round. Should we go to Shinjuku?
There would be no point to that now. The recipient is alerted to our presence and likely on the move.
Right.
Call Reika.
What? Why?
I want to hear her voice.
She put you on call deny.
Can't you try from another line?
I can, but I won't. Use a payphone if you want to call her.
On my own phone, as long as I'm within range, I can use Iba to make any call I need. Whether it's a traditional line or mile message, I have Iba to help me. She's connected to my mind wirelessly as well, so even when she's outside my eye socket, I can talk normally. Alright, let's go.
Iba, let's get going. There's nothing more here.
Where are we going? Iris's house?
Yeah, I'm curious.
About your prophecy? Absurd. It was nothing.
Let's hope so.
That would be the most ideal circumstances, yes. Sagan residence. 10:30 p.m. Dang, it's late.
Coming! Date!
Where's your mom?
By the way, where's your mom?
She left earlier. She got a Nile message from someone. She looked kind of panicky, too.
Where did she go?
Don't know. She didn't tell me.
This could be a problem. We saw her mom dead in our dream at the start of the game, and now we saw Iris dead in the others. How are you? Are you feeling okay?
I'm hop, hop, hoppy happy. Hop, hop, hop. Rabbit goes hop.
That sounds
Why do you
suspicious
ask?
now.
Oh, well, you see...
Because I saw your dead body in a dream. Are you seriously going to tell her that?
You hush.
I'm seriously going to tell her that.
Date, you have confirmed that Iris is safe. Are you done here?
I know.
Date! You came!
Oh wait, in our dream that lamp looked like a rose, but here it doesn't.
But aren't you a little early?
Huh?
You said you would play Shovel Forge with me tomorrow.
No, I didn't. I did promise to go on a...
Tomorrow? It's not even midnight yet. I kept my promise by staying home, so you need to keep your promise, Date. Oh, did you want something to drink?
No, sorry. I should be going.
What? Leaving already?
Yeah, I have some work to do.
Well, will you at least watch my stream at 1?
Stream?
Don't you remember? I'm an internet idol.
And you're gonna stream online?
Yeah.
At 1 in the morning.
Friggin' streamers, am I right, fellas? Who would stream at 3 a.m.? It may or may not be 3 a.m. where I am now.
Yeah.
You're a young woman. You shouldn't stay up so late.
Oh, jeez, you sound like an old man.
Hey, I said Date was in full dad mode.
Because he is an old man.
It's fine. Today isn't for work, it's just a personal stream.
That's not the issue.
And tomorrow is Sunday.
The day isn't the issue either.
Anyway, please watch, okay? I'll ask you about it on tomorrow's date.
Fine.
Worst case scenario, you can grab the VOD right beforehand.
Date, I have been thinking. I am glad that nothing bad happened.
Yeah, you're right.
Because sometime real soon, I'm going to die.
Iris's words came to me. I stepped down hard on the accelerator. About an hour drive back to the station, I guess. Day 3, Sunday. Police headquarters, 9:37 a.m. I've been sitting on the desk. I'm about the phone.
I asked HQ to look into it. They found a few things. First, the owner was Shoko Nadami.
It was Shoko's phone?
Yes. Her face was registered in the phone's facial recognition authentication.
Alright, well, at least we got something out of that. Mizuki.
She was returned to the hospital after the sync. She'll probably be hospitalized for a while.
Strange. Mizuki's phone is at home, Date. The GPS and Wi-Fi access point confirm this.
She went home by herself?
Possibly.
But why?
Unknown.
That is very questionable. Alright, do we know who called it?
Who called the phone?
Sorry, we don't know that yet. They called from a burner phone. They didn't register a name.
I can make a deduction with this information. We know that the phone belonged to Shoko.
Right.
Whoever it was made their call at 9:02 p.m. after Shoko was killed. I believe we can make an assumption here.
The caller probably wasn't the murderer. Why would they call the phone of the person they just killed?
Maybe. But the culprit might have been trying to get Mizuki to call, so that they can bring her to the scene.
But then why hide the phone? They would have left it somewhere easier to find.
True. But either way, our mysterious caller is suspicious. Consider this. They did not register the phone under their real... And also, they hung up as soon as Date mentioned he was a cop. And on top of that, they blocked Date's number and turned off the phone.
The blame lies entirely with Date. I suggest cutting his salary.
I'll cut your battery.
Do it. I'll plug in somewhere.
Anyway, we have to identify the caller, if you don't want your salary cut.
Oh, fine.
There's been no progress, as usual. The people at the main office are so incompetent. The smartphone you brought in yesterday is still our only lead. Hopefully there'll be a breakthrough.
Well, it's still better than what we had yesterday, which was a fat load of nothing.
About Renju.
Renju?
Yesterday I told you he vanished after he was questioned. Well, we found him.
Where?
Central Hospital. He was brought there from a traffic accident. He's unconscious and it's not looking good.
Could it be?
Capital Highway?
Oh, you heard about it?
I knew that was going to be plot important. They wouldn't They wouldn't bother mentioning if it wasn't for
We
that.
heard the report on the radio last night.
I can't believe it was about Renju.
Date, you should go talk to him. He is Shoko Nadami's former husband, after all. He might have some information.
But he's still asleep, isn't he?
Smack him across the face and wake him up. You're his friend, right? He'll understand.
Come on.
Well, the investigation.
I am watching the case file of Shoko Nadami as it is updated in real time. Currently, it appears as though there has been no significant progress. Hey Date, why not go to that bar you haven't been to in a while?
Bar?
Marble in Golden Yokocho.
See, Mama runs Marble. She's an informant who knows just about everything there is to know about the criminal underground. Maybe she knows something. Anything stand out?
Date, you promised to go on a date with Iris yesterday. What exactly are you planning to do?
What? Seriously?
It's a social date.
A man's promise is his bond. You absolutely must keep your word.
Have you ever heard of a white lie?
So, you're gonna act like it never happened.
That's not what I said. The day's not over yet. If I go see her and socialize for a bit, that's a date, right?
Oh, so you are not planning a real date then?
No, of course not.
If you say so.
You almost sound relieved, Iba.
Pardon?
Pardon?
Are you jealous?
Impossible! I could never be jealous of a silly little human like her.
Uh-huh. Sure.
About Mizuki.
There are many points of interest surrounding Mizuki, but we will need to speak with her directly.
I hope she gets better soon.
Summary. I have 3 places to check. Central Hospital, where Renju is. I don't need to talk, but it might help. I can go home to see Mizuki, or get information from Mama at Marble.
Iba?
Roger that.
Looks like the game's world's finally opened up a little.
All the history's been erased. There's nothing on the phone itself, but we can still look up its records. I happen to have a friend at the cell company. The head office is looking into it now.
Ah, that's good. Let's go there first and confirm she's okay. We gotta go full dad mode with her, so we need to protect her if she needs it. Sunday, no time off for this time.
Hitomi's on. Ask his mother.
Yes, but
Oh, Date. Sorry for showing up like this.
Mizuki, what are you doing?
What's it look like? Interesting.
You can talk.
Yes, she's no longer mute.
Something is up here.
I received a Nile message from Mizuki last night. Teacher, can you please help me? I understood right away. The girl's been through so much, I couldn't say no to one of my students.
You're her teacher?
That's right. Mizuki is in my homeroom class. I went to the hospital to pick her up.
She left earlier. She got a Nile message from someone.
So this is corroborated, but weird.
Mizuki wrote a note saying that she wanted to go home, not to Renju's house, but here. So that's the story. I apologize for coming over without asking.
About your phone, yeah. I started talking to her, she re-racked the rate.
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks to you. Well, not exactly you. It was teacher who stayed with me all night.
That's good. We're gonna have to ask the obvious eventually.
When I got there, the ice pick was stuck in my mom's eye.
Yeah, okay, this corroborates the story.
Think straight. The only thing I could think was I had to get it out.
So you pulled it out.
Yeah.
After Ota ran away?
Yeah.
Did you hear any sounds?
Sounds?
Like a ringing phone?
Oh, I think I did hear something like that, but I don't remember where it was coming from. I just got scared and ran into the column. The door was open a little, so...
Alright, so I was mostly right. She grabbed... Alright, confirmed.
The call at 9:02 p.m. It must have been the phone inside the horse ringing.
Tomi.
I couldn't. It's not like we have conversations about our day anyway.
Because you don't talk.
Because you don't listen.
Renju.
What's wrong with Daddy?
You haven't heard?
Heard what?
She does not know about the accident.
Okay. How about the Nile message?
Mizuki. Renju sent you that Nile message, didn't he?
What?
I got this buddy of mine. Real bad personality, but real good with technology. I got some help from them.
Bad personality?
It was a message sent to
Bad personality.
Does it sound familiar? Mizuki, Daddy got caught up in something serious. Please come to Bloom Park's merry-go-round right away. Daddy needs your help. Please do as I say.
Yeah, that was it. It was from Daddy's phone. But I didn't want to say anything because that would make Daddy a suspect, so...
So you kept quiet.
Yeah. My dad's never said anything like that to me, ever. That he was counting on me?
So it might not have actually been him that was doing it. Interesting.
I had to go.
But you invited Ota along.
Bloom Park is in the middle of the Kawasaki district. There are a number of homeless individuals and a high crime rate there. Mizuki must have been worried about going alone.
I don't think so.
Her eye socket was empty?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, probably better not to push the idea.
Stuff like that.
It's okay.
So it was not Mizuki who took the eyeball.
No. It was already gone when she got there.
That must mean it must have been a cybernetic eye just like Date's. That's my current running
has yet
theory.
to be found. It was probably taken by the culprit.
She's my teacher. She's special. She's Daddy's friend and Iris's mom. Sometimes I have dinner at her house. She's extra nice to me.
Oh, I know I shouldn't be. I should love all my students equally. But I see Mizuki after school sometimes, and she just looks so lonely. I can't help myself.
I have the feeling Hitomi knows a bit more than she's telling us. What's this? X-ray? How's Mizuki at school?
She's a little quiet, but she's a very clever girl. And more than anything, she is kind.
Kind?
When I'm carrying heavy bags, she'll come and help me without me asking. When I'm troubled, she'll sometimes pick flowers to give to me. Not that she has a perfect disciplinary record, but she's a good girl.
What's on her record?
There are a few incidents.
She looks nervous.
She let out all the frogs
Yeah, I
that were
know.
going to be used
And the
for
fact that
science
she's
class.
got over her inability to talk shortly afterward. Hitomi, I don't think Hitomi's the murderer themselves, but I do think she at least knows more about this than she's telling us.
Another time, she punched the bully so hard that he chipped a tooth.
Sounds like more than just incidents.
But I like that about her. She's a little clumsy, and just like Renju.
Main question, how'd you go talking again?
You know what? I actually don't know. I didn't do anything special. I just held her against me.
Held her?
I was hugging her close to me all night. When dawn came, I heard her say, "Teacher." And then she
must have
started to
felt-
cry.
Yeah, she must have felt lonely. And if the implications of her mother not treating her well are true, then she probably really needed someone to open up to.
As you can see, she's fine now. She had a lot bottled up.
Oh my, what's that?
That's...
A plate of medical-grade titanium in her right shoulder.
Oh.
Metal plate in her right shoulder.
Yes, elementary school.
I didn't know you taught at Mizuki's school.
I didn't know Mizuki was living with you. I knew about her circumstances with Renju, but he described you as a relative. But Mizuki explained the situation to me.
Mizuki lives here with me, but I'm not her legal guardian. That's why I've never been to school with her or anything like that. That was all left to Renju. He might not be any good at raising her, but he is her father. He takes care of all the official stuff. That was one of the conditions for me taking in Mizuki. Pardon me for asking, but we do need to ask about the right arm thing.
Does it bother you?
Yeah, we did notice that she's been grabbing it. I just sliced a whole piece of ham and got some sausage rolls. That shall be my meal. Not a bad option. And
can you not move it?
No, I can't even feel it, I'm afraid.
She did say... Oh, that's right. Back when we first met her, it was mentioned that she is supposed to be right-handed, but ever since an injury, she has to use her left hand for everything.
Was there an accident, or...?
I suppose you might call it that. About 6 years ago, I was shot in the shoulder. The nerves died and... Anyway, the story is, one day a criminal broke into my house.
Oh.
He was carrying a gun. From the way he talked, he sounded insane.
Is it supposed to be Date himself? No, but Date has silver hair. And the killer has black hair.
Maybe.
The attempted killer,
anyway. The
anyway.
police statement said that he wasn't under the influence of anything. Just a random crime.
The dream I saw, though... Remember, that was when we did that dream at the start of the game, that was Date's own head. So how would he have all this information?
You said you and Renju knew each other from high school, right?
Yes, at Eitoku High.
Had someone jerk from Gurk into... Oh.
And you work at the public school here?
That's right. A district elementary school.
Is that a coincidence? You becoming the teacher of your friend's kid?
Well, I hadn't always planned on being a teacher, but it wasn't a coincidence that Mizuki ended up in my class. Renju seemed really intent on sending Mizuki to a school where I was teaching.
Yeah, it took me a moment to realize what KV was after her there. Yeah, alright, so we figured out that the flashback at the start of the game was what Hitomi's attack that left her without use of her right arm, and what led to the metal plate, but we don't know why it's in Date's mind in particular. And the fact that Iris is also at risk of becoming a victim next. What is that then? Because that's the only event that we know hasn't happened yet.
They even moved to get into my school district. That was about 5 years ago, in spring.
Before the divorce?
Yes, but I heard that Shoko didn't have a problem with the move.
Officially, Mizuki lives at Renju's house. Her local elementary school is pretty far from here. Or my house. She takes the train every morning. Alright, summarize for me.
Anyway, Mizuki has recovered from her aphonia. Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah.
I did not know that Hitomi was Mizuki's homeroom teacher. Is there something wrong?
No. It's nothing.
What do you mean it's nothing, Date? There's a crap load of stuff here that's not adding up. Central Hospital, Sunday.
There's no one here.
Indeed. The bed is empty.
Bedside table, headlight, fable.
That's not even a thing.
Does Date need to go to church today? Not sure. I know Japan has a lot of different churches and stuff, though, for people who do, though. They're very accommodating, from what I understand. Oh, equipment used for monitoring measures heart rate. And as a divider.
Date,
LCD
look!
TV.
Sabako is coming out of the TV!
Who?
The nurse. Who are you?
I'm a nurse. I work here. I'm assigned to Mr. Okiura.
Where's Renju?
He snuck out at night.
Snuck out?
Mr. Okiura arrived with internal injuries. The surgery was successful, but he was in no condition to move. He would have opened up his wounds, and then he would be in real trouble.
Real trouble, huh?
Yes, I can't believe it. Where could he have gone?
Renju is extremely suspicious.
Yeah, frankly, why did you tap on the nurse's... That, wait, what? I didn't even notice where I was clicking her, honestly. I was just, tapping. Yeah, Renju is basically the core of everything that's going on. It's his wife that was murdered. He supposedly called her here, but it's entirely possible someone else took his phone to do that. That would also explain why no one else seemed to be able to, contact him after he was not at the police station. And, yeah, everything seems to connect to him, and I think the reason he's not here is because if he was, he'd be able to tell us basically everything we need to know.
He has no alibi for the time of Shoko's murder. That was noted in the investigation report.
That's not so strange, though.
There's more. I cannot reach Renju by any means. He has not attempted to visit Mizuki in the hospital, even though she is his daughter and witnessed a traumatic event. Despite all this, he runs from the hospital, even with substantial injuries. Perhaps this is an escape.
Iva, call Lemniscate.
Roger that.
Hello, this is Lemniscate Entertainment Offices.
Oh crap, that accent. It's like what's-her-face from Hell of a Boss.
Let me hear your message. Thank you.
What kind of employee training do they have there? Anyway, I gave them my name and told them about
Any
Renju.
idea where he might be?
Sorry, no clue. I'm trying to get in touch with him too. So far, nothing. I'm getting worried.
It's Becky.
He must be a mess right now.
He might be. The fact he's even abandoning his own company, a multi-million-dollar idol company. Honestly, I'm not convinced he wasn't abducted by whoever was involved here.
Oh, wait. Maybe he's at the Maid Cafe.
Maid Cafe? Do you mean Sunfish Pocket?
Yeah, that's the one. Like, out of nowhere, Renju was like, I'm gonna rent out Sunfish Pocket. I guess he was gonna throw, like, a secret party or something? But with the accident and all, still, he might be there.
I know about Sunfish Pocket. Renju used to talk about it. Maid Cafe? Guess we are. He runs Lemniscate as well as a Maid Cafe.
Thank you. You've been very helpful.
No problem. Farewell.
Dude's a regular
Sunfish
Bruce Wayne,
Pocket, huh?
randomly buying up these
It is
companies.
worth scoping out.
We're gonna check this out, and I'll probably call the stream after this. We've gone through quite a decent amount of stories so far, and I am a sucker for a good murder mystery, or mystery in general, really. Still tapping her boob, huh? That time he did do it on purpose.
Welcome home, Sea King.
Mermaid.
Sea King?
Oh! Is this your first time here?
Sorry. I'm not here as a customer. I need to talk to someone about something.
I don't like this. Oh, of course that.
Jeez, kid.
Excuse me. Of course Oda would be here.
Oh, sir! Wait a minute!
Date?
Well, we found someone who might still be able to help us. Cream soda, huh? Sounds about right for Oda. Is Renju here?
No, he never showed up.
When was the last time he came here?
Let me think. He's just the owner, not the manager, so he comes sometimes, but not all that often.
What's in the box?
The severed bottom half of a mermaid.
You could have just said the tail.
X-ray, indeed. Trident. Now, what's the Sea King here exactly?
That's what we call the customers. Us mermaids serve the Sea Kings. And we really are mermaids, you know. Don't tell anyone.
What?
Everyone working here is a real mermaid.
But you have legs.
They were a gift from Poseidon. We were given legs and feet so that we can gather riches and foreign currency in the labor market.
Date, let's go.
Well, after having played Hades, I'm not X-Ray. Not yet. There's still so much to learn.
Listen to her siren song.
Iva, don't listen to her siren song.
Date, I must be the bearer of bad news. Even with X-ray, her clothes will not change. Your heart rate and blood pressure is rising. The concentration of phenylethylamine in your blood. What are you excited about?
Other mermaids, the girls are working.
What kind of furniture can you drink?
Light beer?
Nope.
Right?
You can't drink rice.
Well, you can if... Well, to be fair, some sake is made from a rice base.
Answer is liquefied leather sofa.
That doesn't feel
How would
very...
anyone ever guess that?
Can you even drink that?
Lights. Looks like a jellyfish. Pretty cool, lights, actually. Customer looks like he's at death's door. Let's hope he's not blowing his life savings here. He looks seriously ill. Is the food here that bad? Other mermaids. Oda. Yo, you regular here?
Sure am.
Of course.
I come here whenever I've got time and money. I was here yesterday, too. Around 6:30, I think, but I couldn't get in. I saw a sign at the entrance that said the whole place got rented out for some party, but I came all the way to Akihabara, you know? I didn't want to just go home, so I bought a new one.
A new what?
A phone? I dropped my old one in a puddle, remember?
That makes sense. What's with the spear?
It's not a spear. It belongs to Poseidon, god of the sea.
Well, I guess if he's not using his sword, he'd be using a trident.
A trident?
Why do you have that?
We treat our customers like lords of the sea. We give them these tridents. It's like a little ranking system we do.
The color changes depending on your rank. There's bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and at the very top, orichalcum.
So it basically measures how much money you've spent on these girls.
Well, that doesn't sound very nice.
But yes.
It's more like a way to exploit their vanity. To separate our customers from their money as much as possible.
Well, at least she's honest.
Sounds even worse.
Well, I at least appreciate the honesty. Alright, so what's it was their trident?
I'm still gold. Not that good.
How much did you spend to get that?
About 200,000 yen.
I suddenly understand why someone would want to kill him.
I suddenly understand why I killed it. Alright, first, alright, let's get business. What's Ranju?
No, haven't seen him. Is this related to what happened at Bloom Park? The body on the merry-go-round was Renju's ex-wife. I didn't know that she was Mizuki's mom. Did she change her name or something? Mizuki saw her own mother's dead body, and I just left her there and ran away like a coward. I'm such a piece of shit.
Yes, but not for running away from from murder scene you thought that might still have the murderer there. It's for many other reasons.
I should have done something. Why did I do that?
Oh, is it eating you up inside, Ota?
Yeah, seriously.
While you're sitting here adding up your options?
You can order too, Date.
That's not why I'm mad, Ota.
Alright, why are you here right now
Because
anyway?
I'm worried about Tessa.
Iris, what's the matter?
Yesterday night. Well, it was past midnight, so more like this morning.
I don't care about the timing. What happened?
Tessa was streaming, as usual, from her living room at home. But suddenly, Actually, let me just show you. I always record her streams.
Hopefully she does too. VODs are pretty... being able to catch a VOD even if you miss the stream is a pretty nice thing I like to do with other streamers. That's why I try to save mine first.
It's been a while. Got it. I'll try my best.
Oh damn it, did someone call all the cops on a streamer again?
Okay, everyone. Here's my debut song. Let's hit it.
No chat replay. Oh yeah, she doesn't have the chat overlaid for some reason. I'm pretty sure that's a reference to something.
Be at this hour. Is it Date again? Okay, 1 second, I'm coming. Sorry, everyone. Something came up. But I've got to go for now. I'll sing the rest next time. Bye.
That means that whoever was at the door was someone she trusted, because she would not have done that if she felt she was in any actual danger. It didn't even sing. She didn't even start singing yet.
1 hour into the stream, so about 2 a.m.? That's weird, right? Someone coming to visit at 2 in the morning? And then she leaves?
Yeah, and the fact she willingly seemed to leave implies to me that someone she trusted one way or another. I don't think she was forced.
Really serious too.
Yeah, so I don't think she was forced against her will. She was rather, or someone she trusted abused
about her, so I tried to
trust.
call, but she didn't answer. She didn't read any of my Nile messages either. I thought maybe the people at Sunfish Pocket would know something. Tessa used to work here. She made a lot of friends.
I'm one of them. But I don't know what she's up to. I asked the other girls too. No one knows anything.
Well, that saves me a little legwork.
Iva, call Iris.
The number you are attempting to dial is either offline or unavailable.
No way.
Anyway, prophecies are simply not possible.
Something wrong, sir?
No, nothing.
I wonder if Tessa's okay. I'm so worried about her, I can barely eat.
Oh, but you're fine having someone feed it to you, right? They really want this guy to come off as a complete asshole, don't they?
You look like you can eat just fine.
Yeah. Alright, summarize for me.
Date, Renju is not at this location.
That's the obvious part, Iba, but I think the more important thing we've
We
learned...
need to search.
Yeah, you're right.
I guess we can't go to Iris's house until we go through all these areas. That said, I've been streaming for a lot longer than expected, so once I get control again, I'm probably gonna save and exit. But for now, let's see what cutscene comes up.
Well, well, if it isn't Date! Long time no see. Is something wrong?
No, I just wanted to talk.
About Shoko Nadami, Ren's ex?
Ren, meaning Renju.
You're as sharp as ever.
I saw it all on the news. How awful.
As yours a voice, indeed. They're definitely going for the very high class. You know, the kind of person who would put her hand next to her face while she laughs, going oh ho, 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 ho. There are bottles of alcohol on the shelf. Bottles lined up in the corner. The menu. There's writing on the back.
Mama,
Fridge.
my goodness, you've changed since I last saw you. You're such a square now.
Excuse me, that is a fridge.
This is a painting of Saint Sebastian. Saint Sebastian was a faithful Christian who lived under Roman Emperor Diocletian on January 20th, 288 AD.
He was martyred. This painting depicts his execution.
Artwork has, throughout history, has always been in some parts morbid. There's music for the radio. Let's go with the menu here. I'm gonna go ahead and save here. Case notes. Oh. File as your information you've spoken to or heard. It's updated as the story advances. Photo album. Find hidden items at clearing with more than 1 second remaining. Female, select the female according to settings, name, AI ball, birth date about 9, age 5. Date, age 30. Huh, not often you run into a protagonist in a Japanese game that's, you know, not under 18 or in general, actually. Actually, I think now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure the only shonen protagonist who's older than a teenage that comes to mind is Goku's. As a Dragon Ball Super is in his late 30s to early 40s, I think now. What? Huh. Boss. 42. This is mostly just recaps. Gintama. Not true, there's Gintama. Oh, that's the same save sound as from the 3-0 Escape games. That's pretty neat. Alright. Well, for now, I think I'm gonna go ahead and, Alright, here. Alright, well, I think we've had a pretty promising start. I am very much enjoying myself here, but for now, well, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a good stream here. 3 hours, 45 minutes, not bad. Well, next time we're probably gonna go a bit, I went a bit over time here, and that usually happens when I get sucked into a good story like this, so we'll see how things go. But for the moment, thank you for watching. Hope you had a good time. I save my VODs for as long as Twitch allows, so if you ever need them, they'll be there. Right, thank you, and I'll see you later.